Lord have mercy. We are less than 20% of the United States population. Less than 20% of the United States. But we account for 90% of all beauty purchases. Perm, weave, shea butter, cocoa butter, almond butter, peppermint butter, deodorant, weave perm, wave caps, slick back. And so now you account for 90% of beauty purchases in America. You are a disgrace. You are a disgrace. And you want to criticize me for building a school for our children. You are a disgrace.
Now, we're also going to teach your children dietary and nutritional science. I want our children to be masters of healing the body without no pharmaceuticals from the drugstore. I want that little boy back there, if mommy not feeling well, he can go out to the yard, get some herbs, boil it, put a little honey in it, little cayenne pepper, and knock mommy flu right on out. I want them to be able to heal diabetes. 10 years old, and they know how to heal diabetes. That's what I want in my school. That's what we working towards. So far, we raised $250,000. I'm gracious, but I'm not content, because I know y'all got a lot more to give me than some $250,000. And Dr. Umar Johnson is trying to build a state-of-the-art school for black boys that y'all all know I need. And after 6 months, I only got $250,000. Trifling ass black people. I'm gonna call it like I say it. And I don't care if you get offended. We can handle that outside. We trifling. I should have been had that $2 million. I should have had that $2 million 30 days after I started the fundraiser on May the 20th. It don't make no sense. But y'all sure call me up when the school's messing with your son. Did you make a donation to my school? Oh, not yet. Bye. Click.
Donations. 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 Look how much black people love me. Look how much black people love me. $25 gift certificate, $25 Red Lobster gift certificate.
Lord have mercy. They wear the Louis socks. If Little Kim get her a Gucci bag, then all you rat, lazy Negroes gonna go and do what the celebrities do. The blind is leading the blind.
This is my Prada cologne that was sent to me for my birthday last year. I got this in the mail from a supporter for my birthday. And I kept it. I only wear it for special occasions because it was an anonymous birthday gift. A beautiful sister sent me this. Ladies, I want my birthday gifts August 21st. Don't forget. Ladies, I want my birthday gifts August 21st. Don't forget. Ladies, I want my birthday gifts August 21st. Don't forget.
Trifling ass black people.
The Prince of Pan Africanism is back. Showing love to all my donors and supporters.
Lord have mercy. I know the conscious community got y'all lazy. Or they running around this intellectually masturbating old ass information. Like Papa Smurf. That Papa Smurf shit ain't gonna get us nowhere. That Papa Smurf shit ain't gonna get us nowhere. You feel me? Hold on. Yeah.
Sí, señor, ¿cómo está?
Nah, I got this. I got this.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
All right, good quartet. Thank you so much for tuning on in. Not gonna hold you long today. Gonna get right on into this video. We were supposed to get into it yesterday. We got a little blow talk. Appreciate y'all. We can question that on the feet. Let's go.
FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. It's coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. It's 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 coming. His common thought is personality. Be twerking, it's twerking.
All right. Thank y'all again for tuning on in. Shout out to God's Little Princess. Thank you for handling the business in the chat room. Good Chris Chat's undefeated. It's a sad day for me. Sometimes, every once in a while, you know, stuff happens, but something happened. It was a while ago, but I didn't understand. I just did not understand what happened because I don't really go on social media all that much. I really don't. A live stream here with the Cookie Crush Chats undefeated. But other than that, I'm not online. I'm not on other YouTube pages and commenting on Facebook or on Instagram and watching. I just don't. I don't have the time for that. That's the one thing I don't have much of these days is time. So I chopped it up as some sort of a issue with, you know, my internet browser or something like that. I thought maybe, you know, one of my kids downloaded something and, you know, some sort of a computer virus. I don't know. I just in my mind, I even check my ad blockers. You know, I have like 2 of them on one browser. But anyway, what I'm referring to here is that for whatever reason, went on to Umar Johnson's Instagram page, it would say that the page does not exist. But I know that it exists, but that's what it would say every single time. And I would check on my phone and I would go, this has been going on for over a month. You know, but I had another Instagram page that I would go on from time to time, and I checked out one and I was able to get onto his Instagram page and I said, what's going on here? So I just typed it, you know, yesterday I typed it in Google. I said, what does it mean if it tells you that the page is no longer available or whatever? And Google AI said that means you're blocked. And that really, really broke my heart. Because I believed, I believed in my heart that Umar and we were friends. So it's been a rough day today. It's been really, really rough. I don't know how to take that. I don't know if that means Umar is upset at me. He doesn't like me anymore. But Umar, why did you have to do that? At least you could have told me. For over a month, I thought it was something wrong with my browser, but I figured it out. And it really, I don't appreciate that. I do have a poll, okay? Because I want to get your all's perspective on this. Was Umar Johnson right for blocking me on Instagram? I really would like to get your opinion because I haven't done anything to Umar on Instagram. I don't comment on any of his videos. I never have. I don't like them. I don't thumbs down nothing. None of that. I never reached out to him. I've never, you know, sent him an email. None of that. Now he's reached out to me. Yeah. Did you guys know that? He's also sent his Goonie Goons to do stuff, right? You guys know that? And of course, he doxed my. See, this is what I didn't like. I didn't like this because he used his Instagram page to dox my personal information years ago. Hit the one. But so Umar, if you big and bad to do that back in the day, because you was mad because I was exposing you as a fraud, you was big and bad back then. Why you gonna block me now? How you like me now? That's what I don't like, Umar. See. Now we go back and forth. You know, you do this, we talk about it, then you do that, and sometimes we tell you to do something and you do it. So it's like a game of cat and mouse, isn't it? You know how the cats be on the mice, as Umar said? It's like a game of cat and mouse. But you wrong for blocking me, bro. Why you don't do me like that? Don't do me like that. Okay. I didn't appreciate it. It hurt my feelings. I'm appalled, and I expect you to unblock me. Because see, this is the thing. This meant that Umar went to my Instagram page and blocked me on my Instagram page. Because I never commented, never posted nothing on his Instagram page. So it's not like on his Instagram page, he can click a button and say, okay, I'm gonna block Lenon because he's commented here or he liked or whatever. No. He went onto my Instagram page. It's unacceptable, Umar. Okay. I fully expect you to unblock me expeditiously, immediately. I would like to get the Cookie Crush Chat's opinion on this. Okay. Was Umar Johnson right for blocking me on Instagram? We have 268 votes so far. 64% said no. Thank you. 36% said yes. Haters. Okay. I'm still under the weather, but we're going to get to this live stream. We're not going to be here this long. Okay. I promise. I know I said that yesterday. And we went for 4 months. But this live stream, we're going to get right into it. I ain't going to be going off like I did yesterday. Someone brought up IT and that just messed me all up. Okay. Thank y'all so much, Cookie Chat, for tuning on in. I appreciate y'all. Okay, I hope you guys had a wonderful day today, and hopefully this live stream, if you enjoyed it, it make your day a little bit lighter and brighter. And I'll always encourage people to hit that like button. That helps with the algorithm and so forth and so on. Okay. Anyone else here has Umar blocked you? Let me know inside the chat room. Again, I've never commented, never reached out to the guy. Anyway. User 225 says, block Lenon all you want. It won't untrap your bandos. That's right. You right about that. No matter what, Umar, them bandos, they still going to be traps no matter what you do. Okay. And it's so petty. I mean, here, the thing is, it doesn't matter. Why does it matter, Umar? Why would you block me? I mean, what's the point of that? What's the point of blocking me? I never commented on nothing. All these years, you're gonna block me. I thought we were friends. Really, I did. You know, like in a superhero, supervillain type of way, but you know what I mean. Okay, thanks, User 225. Black Wolf gifted a membership. Thank you so much, Black Wolf. If everyone can thank Black Wolf for that, and whoever received that membership, make sure you thank Black Wolf. I appreciate it. Okay. Texas Diva became a member again. Thank you so much, Texas Diva. Hope you're doing all right. And then Iceman Vamp says, welcome to the block party. What took you so long to get there? I don't know. That's the part I don't really understand. I don't quite get, like, why he take this long to do it. Remember, he posted my personal information on his Instagram page. Like he doxed my address, and I think he did my phone number. I mean, all of it you can find online. I can pull up Umar Johnson's. If I have any of you guys' first and last name, I can find all that information with quickness. But that's not the point. The point is that he used it, and he was trying to encourage his followers to come and confront me. So if he's going to use Instagram in order to do that, and he didn't have 1 million followers back then, but he had hundreds of thousands of them back then. If he's going to be willing to do that back then, then why all this time later he's going to go ahead and decide to block me? I don't get it. Maybe you guys have an answer to that. But I was offended. I ain't gonna lie, I was offended. Okay, thanks, Last Man Back, for the super chat. Yeah, he probably blocked you like 15 years ago. No, Umar blocked you about 50 years ago. Okay, when he was born. Okay, thank you, Iceman Vamp. What's up, Sacramento? Excuse me, everybody. I'm still recovering. Sacramento says, hopefully you can still be on the IT team. We got to get those bugs out by a professional. Like, oh, man. That really upset me yesterday. Umar was talking about he need the IT to come through to check the building for bugs. And I swaggle need to, I think, because I remember we were talking about IT. This was about a month ago. We was talking about IT, and we've been talking about it before, though, but we were talking about a month ago. And then the next video Umar did, he's talking about, yeah, we just got a little bit, you know, I'd be doing his hands. We just got to do a little bit more IT work. Y'all remember that? It goes to show you that he watches these videos and he'll react and say things, but see, he knows that it upsets me. He knows it. So that's why when he brings it up, I know he's doing it on purpose. He's just trying to get under my skin. And so he said something about the IT yesterday, and it's just thoroughly ridiculous. We got blowed off, and it took us about an hour to get through all of that. Anyway, that's Umar. That's what I'm saying. I think right now he's trying to, I'm not paranoid. I'm just saying, I think he's trying to, you know, poke the bear a little bit with the IT stuff and then blocking me on Instagram. Anyway, thanks, Agonito, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Why you gotta block me, Umar? Black Will says, I thought Umar liked the nemesis aspect of it. He blocked me 2 years ago when I clowned him on live about using the garden shovel when showing. I remember that video. We covered it not too long ago. Yeah, he was out there. That was you? Yeah, he don't like that. He be blocking people. But I've never been in his chat room commenting, like during his lives. I don't, in general, I don't do that. I'm not, I just don't have the time. I wish I had time like that, but I don't. Umar, he will block people, but it's different. Why would he go to because that's the only way that he would be able to do it, right? Yeah, I'm not on social media like that. But I'm saying Instagram, if I'm not commenting, okay, as an example. Black Wolf, you have an Instagram page, you go live, I'm inside your Instagram, your live chat, and I'm commenting, I'm clowning you. Okay, you can actually go in on that comment and I believe just because that's how it works here on YouTube. Okay, but that you can go on that comment, click a button or whatever, and then it'll open up and it'll say block or delete or whatever. That's how it is like in this chat room, and you just block the person and delete their comment, right? I've never been inside of Umar Johnson's live stream chat room commenting or anything like that, so he wouldn't be able to block me that way. So what's the only other way that I'm sure there may be other ways, but the only way that he would be able to block me if he went to my Instagram page that I don't even use and then went on there and blocked me from there. Why do that? So that I can't go onto his Instagram page while I'm signed in, okay, and go look what he has up there. Maybe that's what he was thinking. I just don't get it, Umar. You wrong for that, bro. I thought we was friends. Was Umar Johnson right for blocking me on Instagram? 37% said yes. 63% said no. All right. Now, I ain't gonna hold y'all on that. Y'all just want y'all opinion on it, okay? All right. Yeah. Thanks, Black Wolf. Who was that? Last call said that Umar did a preemptive block. That sounds about right. Umar, he did it. He went in and he put in a preemptive block. I'm gonna block him in advance. Okay, but after all this time, okay, yeah. All right, thanks, Black Wolf, for the super chat. Okay, let's get into what's up, Ruben G. Vera, ¿cómo está? Hope you're doing all right. And BB, how you doing, BB? Hope everything's going well with you. All right, Sharice in the building. Excuse me, in the building. This Chrono Penguin. Oh man, I apologize, y'all. He blocked you too? Okay. He blocked. What he blocked you for? That didn't block. Why he block you for? What's up, Domo? Says y'all know Umar is sassy and sensitive. He smashed the block like Carl Anthony Towns. Don't do that. Hey, don't do that to Carl now. Okay. See, he blocked me when we covered his possibly being a co-leader. Yeah. Yeah. He would have to go to my profile to block me. Okay. Umar, why you do that? What's up, Malik? Hope you're doing all right. Okay. Let's get going here because I want to get a quick live stream in here. Yeah, maybe I could send him some zebra cake. He unblocked me then. I thought no, he still has his IG. It's still up there. It's just that I assumed something was wrong with my browser. Like right now, if I go on to let me see. Yeah, so the link pops up, and when I click on it, let me see. Yes, they're still not letting me do it. Yeah, I don't know. Hold on one second. Yeah, in fact, the thing I noticed is that if I put in Umar Johnson, his Instagram page in and then search, it won't even come up. But this has been going on for a while now. I just didn't put the pieces together. Yeah, yep. Because even I think it was you, Dion. Brother Dion had sent me some links like maybe a couple of weeks ago, like a month ago, and when I click on it, it would come back and it would say it's no longer available. And so we were going back and forth. It's still up there. But I was blocked back then. I just didn't realize it. Okay. Anyway, I really didn't appreciate that, Umar. Okay. Hopefully you find it in your heart to unblock me. Okay. I mean, I do have another Instagram. I don't even remember what the login is for that one. This is the one I made like 3 years ago. I have another and I can figure out how to sign into that one and go check it out, but it's not that serious. Anyway. Okay. So let's get into it for today. Thank you guys so much. But I'm not going to keep you long. Yesterday, we went way overboard and I haven't been feeling well either. So I probably shouldn't have done that, but I enjoyed kicking it with y'all and hanging out. And it went by real quick. It was like 4 hours, but it went by so quick. We're going to go to the video that I want to cover yesterday. And this is from 4 days ago, which was on the 6th, and that would have been on Friday. And it's a fairly long video. Well, it's about 32 minutes. It probably takes about an hour and a half to get through it. And we'll get through it. And then that'll be it for today. We'll be back tomorrow with another live stream. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow with another live stream. Okay. All right. And thank you all again. I just want to just take a moment just to thank everyone inside the Cookie Crush chat for coming and supporting the channel. Over these many years. I do not take any of it for granted. And I just want to express my appreciation. I really do appreciate y'all in the support and the love. And also just the camaraderie that we have inside the Cookie Crush chat. Cookie Crush chat is a special place and it's definitely undefeated. Okay. So I appreciate y'all. All right, let's go. All right, here we go. This is Umar. And I don't even know where he's at in this video. If anyone knows, let me know. Here we go.
Peace and Pan Africanism, peace and Pan Africanism. Peace and Pan Africanism, peace and Pan Africanism. Peace and Pan Africanism, peace and Pan Africanism.
Well, this guy, he just living his best. I mean, it's not the best life he can live, but the most laziest life that he can live. He travels and he just eats, he drinks, and he's always sitting around. And then sometimes he's inside hotel, motel rooms, laying in bed, live streaming, just lazy. This is one of the most laziest people that he calls black people lazy all the time.
This your big brother, Dr. Umar Ifatunde Oguntade.
Oh, I didn't even see Garrick. What did he do? I didn't even see him. He blocked me a long time ago. I thought we were cool after his last block party when I was a vendor. Then I learned who he really is and joked him. Oh, wow. So you were a vendor at his block party. Why did he block you, though? So you're saying that you were a vendor at the second block party, which I believe was in 2021 or 2022? And then he blocks you. Well, why would he block you though? If you were a vendor at someone said Garrick is who? I don't know. I didn't even see anything he said. Yeah, that's kind of messed up if he was at the block party. I mean, at his block party. So not to get it confused, Umar, he threw 2 parties, like street parties that we black folk, we call them block parties back in the day. So he threw 2 of those. He was supposed to do one in 2019. He didn't do it. Supposed to do one in 2022. He didn't do it. He did one in 2021 and 2022, if memory serves me correctly. So this would be the second block party that you were a vendor at, and for some reason he blocks you. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, if you want to share more, you can go ahead and type that. Let's see. Yep, I was making videos holding him accountable. Oh, okay. So you were holding him accountable, and so he goes ahead and block you. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, that sounds like Umar. It really does. Okay. Okay. Let's get back to it. And thanks for sharing too. There's plenty of people who have stories dealing with Umar to be in the chat room. All kinds of stories. Here we go.
Good afternoon to my Ypsilanti Africans. Good afternoon to my Detroit Africans. Good afternoon to my Inkster Africans. Good afternoon to my Highland Park Africans. Good afternoon to my Romulus Africans.
Yeah, this is so true. The real king. He blocks anyone that doesn't drink the Kool-Aid. He wants nothing but people who don't know better or people who don't know him. Yep. Yep. You're absolutely right about that. Yeah, that's a great comment. There was some really good comments too yesterday. People outlining things, and you're absolutely right about this. Yeah, and just look at Umar. Look at his appearance. So he's having a very difficult time, and I told people that advances was going to happen because his Cash App got shut down. That was his primary means of getting money over what, the last 4 years, 4 or 5 years? No, longer than that. 6 years over at least the last 6 years, because his Cash App, his GoFundMe got shut down prior to him acquiring these abandoned buildings in 2019. And so his GoFundMe, he had raised over $400,000 on his GoFundMe. I think it was over the course of 3.5 years, something like that. But once that gets shut down because of fraud, CashApp became his primary means of getting money, and that's instantaneous. And then he runs that for many years, and then that gets shut down. And so money is not coming in like it used to. So it puts Umar in a position where he doesn't have the money to be able to get to the plug. He doesn't have the money to be able to buy rent out hotel rooms, even rental cars for that matter. He doesn't have the same levels of money. And so it always takes its toll on Umar's appearance. See, and he starts to look more and more like what he really is, which is he's a homeless vagabond. He's been homeless since 2019. And this is just an example, right? You look at this picture and you can tell. I've studied Umar extensively for many years now, and I know where he's at right now. But I already told people that this was going to happen because what fuels Umar's lifestyle is the money. If the money gets cut off, Umar, he's reduced back and he's being brought back down to his reality. See, the money, we were talking about this yesterday, real quick. We were talking about how the persona that Umar puts out there to people, it's up here somewhere. He's a most requested scholar. He has 6 degrees. He's a school psychologist, which isn't true. And it's not true that he has 6 degrees either. That he's a school principal, which isn't true. He's a therapist, which isn't true. He's the most requested scholar, which isn't true. He's not even a scholar. But that's the persona. He's this great black leader, so forth and so on. But in his personal life, it's way down here. Okay. In truth, Umar is homeless. In truth, Umar doesn't even own his own vehicle. In truth, Umar is a con man. In truth, Umar is a deadbeat. He's an absentee father. He's a baby mama creator. He's been on child support for over 22 years. See, in truth, Umar lives inside of his mama's closet, and he's going to end right back up there. Just wait, because I already know what happens. That money runs out. He doesn't have speaking engagements. He's reduced to going back to the reality, which is nothing more than a homeless bum. He's a virtual vagrant. See, so what happens with Umar is what has enabled Umar to maintain in people's minds, at least his followers, this particular image of up here is not only his ability to lie to people and manipulate them and tell them falsehoods about who he is, but also the money that allows him to live out his lifestyle. You take the money away, and then Umar's knocked down notches after notches after notches, and then you start to see the real Umar appear. And that's what we see right here. Okay, I haven't watched this video. I haven't reviewed this video, but I can already tell based upon researching Umar and looking at the patterns of behavior in Umar that right now is a very difficult time, and he's a super struggle streamer. Because ultimately, that Cash App gets shut down. The money's not coming in like it used to come in for this fake school scam. And so Umar is reduced to this, what we see right here. And it's going to get worse. It's going to get a lot worse. Mark my words. I told people this months ago. Right? What's up, Sal? How you doing? Sal says, Umar blocked me because I snuck into FDMG and left him some free cleaning support. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Listen, Evan, I already know that's not true because if you did, there'd be something clean up in there. Okay, I already know that's not true. Okay. Yeah, you say, yeah, I even clean it up for you. He said, I'll be going to the block party. That's what he used to call it back in the day. He don't say that often these days. But back in the day, you guys remember Umar, he would say, oh, I'm sending you to the block party. Man. Well, that's a nice gesture, though. I must say, Sal, very nice of you. Yeah, I highly doubt he used those supplies to do any cleaning. Okay, thanks, Sal, for the super chat. I hope you're doing all right. And then No Contender says, LH, have you ever forwarded your intel to the SEC or IRS? No, I haven't. I have not. I do have some stuff that I'm working on in the documentary that I will forward it to the appropriate authorities, and they will have to make a determination on their part. In fact, I shouldn't say it that way. It will not be inside the documentary because it's beyond the scope, but it's extremely concerning. And I think I kind of referenced this in the past. Once I get to that point in the timeline, I'll put together a whole PDF document on it with timestamps for each video, so forth and so on. And I'm going to send it to the appropriate authorities. Like I said before, Umar has no business being around children. And again, it may not be actionable. It may be actionable. Okay, that's for them to determine. Okay, but once I get into the research further and I have the time to actually put together the timeline specifically for that series of videos that Umar did, the live streams, and I'll have copious amounts of notes, and then they can click on a timestamp and go directly to the part where Umar's engaged in this type of behavior. I don't want to say too much. They'll have to make a determination whether or not it's actionable. See, Umar, I'm giving Umar a lot of leeway. You know, even when he doxed my personal information, when he was online calling me gay and that type of stuff, he also suggested that I was a pedophile. That's what you call slander. Umar, he says things like people are slandering him. I've never slandered Umar. I never told a lie about the guy either. Okay, in my opinion, And based upon our research, he's a con man. That's not slander. See, Umar, he's still telling people in 2025 that he hasn't raised $1 million. I can prove that he's raised over $2 million based upon his own words and receipts, video receipts, radio interviews, and also IRS filings from Umar himself. That's not slander, because that's a con. That's what con men do. He's a scam artist. See, that's not slander. I told people a long time ago that he was a deadbeat. No, he's not. No. His daughter already came out and proved it. But I can give you guys example. Umar actually he admits that he's a deadbeat. He don't say it outright, but he tells the truth that he's not present in his daughter's life, and that he got baby mamas, and he's even on child support, and etc. Ain't nothing wrong being on child support. But if you getting it pulled into child support, and your docket is extensive, and you got bench warrants and shit, and you had your license revoked because you ain't paying child support, there's something wrong there. At the meantime, you don't raise millions of dollars. I don't have to slander this guy. I got the receipts. I can back up everything that I say. See? So what I'm getting at is that with Umar, I've been very lenient with this guy. Okay, I've been very lenient. But see, when it comes to these kids, and what he was doing with his cell phone and taking video of their body parts, okay, no, there's no excuse for that. So once I get to that part inside of the documentary, it's not going to be in the documentary. I'm just talking about get to that sequence of videos in the timeline, the Umar Johnson timeline. I'm going to put together a PDF document that will outline what is visible in those videos. I don't even feel comfortable sharing it with you guys. I never have, and I don't think I ever will. And I'm going to send it to the appropriate authorities, and then they'll have to make a determination whether or not it's actionable or not. Okay, because that's too far. That's Umar. He's dealing with these kids now. See, it's one thing if Umar wants to sexually exploit black women, and I don't agree with it, and I'll speak out about it. That's one thing, but that's not like something I can go and say, hey, listen, he's doing this, and somehow it's actionable legally speaking. Okay. However, if Umar is video recording little children in their body parts, little girls in particular, in their body parts, he does it consistently. And then he also has a history that I can pull up right now. I can show it to you guys right now, where he's doing it to women. Okay, that's actionable. See, I've been very lenient with this guy, but there are some things that it just goes too far. Okay, so at some point, yes, that will be reported, and we'll see what happens. Okay, something may come out of it, something may not come out of it, but I'll do my due diligence. Okay. All right, thanks, No Contendo, for the soup chat. Fairchild says, remember, these titles are self-assumed. They are self-proclaimed. The public nor his peers ever bestowed those titles upon him. Absolutely. I can't think of one title that Umar has adopted that was given to him by the people, or by an organization, or by an institution for that matter. I mean, real quick, can anyone think of one? Prince of Pan Africanism? That's Umar. He comes up with that. Papa. Then he says Big Papa. Ain't nobody giving him that title. That's Umar. The most requested scholar? He's not even a scholar. I've never heard anyone say that Umar Johnson is the most requested scholar. Then he says, you know what, I heard someone say that, and that's who I am. No, that's not it. It's all self-proclaimed. But that's when you get into the narcissism and the cult aspect of it. A lot of these cult leaders, they will give themselves self-proclaimed titles. They'll just create stuff, and it's always about grandiosity. Big Papa, Prince of Pan Africanism, King Kong consciousness. No one gave him that title. You're right. That's self-assumed and it's self-proclaimed. But see, that's how Umar's been able to fabricate this illusion about who he is, which isn't reflective of what his reality is as a person in real life. Like I said, Umar, he's your basic Pookie. Okay. He's a baby mama creator bandit. That's what he is. He goes and he sexually exploits these black women. He impregnates them. He don't take care of none of his kids. All right. That's Umar. He don't work a job. He hasn't worked consistently since 2010, 2011. So think about this. I mean, he really embodies like all the most negative race-based stereotypes about black men, but then he tries to present himself as the self-assumed, self-proclaimed Big Papa, King Kong consciousness, the most requested scholar, even the descendant of Frederick Douglass, a descendant of Harriet Tubman, a descendant of Pharaoh Ramses. That's what he said. All of that is self-assumed and self-proclaimed. None of it's true, but it builds the persona. See? And Umar's used that persona against black people because the truth of the matter is that he's nothing more than your average Pookie. That's all. Okay, nothing more. All right. Thanks, Fairchild Republic, for the soup chat. Okay, let's get going here, everybody, because I'm going to keep y'all long today. I do appreciate y'all's presence, though. Let me see something here. Did I miss any of his what's up, Black Anonymous? Hope you're doing all right. Black Anonymous in the building too. Yeah, I know Black Anonymous says his own child called him a deadbeat. Yeah, but that's because he is a deadbeat. You know, don't take care of his kids. And he has at least 3. He only claims 2. Let me get off this chat before I get blowed off. Someone called. Let me stop. Here we go.
Flint, Michigan Africans. There's a 2-day Black mental health conference taking place in Ypsilanti this weekend. The sound is off. Can y'all hear me? Yes or no, family? Can you hear King Kong? Yes or no, family? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? I need to know. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Excuse me.
Will somebody please answer me? Can y'all hear me? Yes or no? Can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, no vehicle, doesn't have his own car. He lives off with the people. And I've said this in the past too. I'm sure that there are women that used to let him, and maybe even some that still do, stay with them whenever, you know, he's in town or whatever. So because if you don't have money, it reminds me of that time where he was inside of that woman's house and it was real dark, dimly lit, and he had a little girl holding a cell phone, and it's a live Black parent teleconference. And it just reminded me of just how, real talk, how dusty Umar is. He's just very dusty. You know, no car, doesn't have his own home, don't have a job, you know, baby mamas. And I'm sure, you know, with Umar, I wouldn't be surprised if he even tells these women, I'm going to help you with your child. He comes over and talks to him a little bit, but then he ends up staying there for a couple of days or a week. Yeah, you know, I don't have to leave here. You know, it'd be easier if I just stayed. I don't know if you mind, but if I can stay here a couple of days, because I don't have to be into Cincinnati for a couple of weeks. So, you know, or a couple of days. So maybe I'll just stay here. You know, that way I won't have to be, oh yeah, okay, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised by that at all. Okay. He's a straight dusty. I don't like using that term, but it's true. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is a 2-day Black mental health conference taking place in Ypsilanti.
Yeah, it looks very run down.
Riverside Art Center. We will be at the Riverside Art Center, 76 Huron Street, Huron, 76 Huron Street in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Riverside Art Center, today and tomorrow.
He's a Marcus Buster. I ain't gonna put that on the screen, but you're right about it though. You ain't lying. I looked at it, I said, what did you say? And I said, oh, I know what you said, because we used to say that back in the day too. You're right. I ain't gonna put it on the screen though. All right, let's go.
Today and tomorrow. Today from 6 until 8:30. Tomorrow from 2 until 6. Friday night, 6 until 8:30. Saturday, 2 p.m. until 6 p.m. I want to see all Black men today. Black women are invited as well. I want to see all Black men and Black women today. We're going to talk about the Black man and mental illness today. But we want Black women to be there. Most of you are raising Black men. Most Black men.
Yeah, very interesting, because Umar, he has some serious mental illness. It's amazing to me. Hit the one.
And are being raised by single mothers. We have to talk about that. So we want the sisters to be there. So we're going to deal with mental illness and the Black individual in America today. 6 until 8:30, Friday night, June 6th, Riverside Art Center, 76 Huron Street. Tomorrow from 2 to 6 at the same place. Saturday, 2 to 6, Riverside Art Center. We're going to talk about mental illness and the Black family. Today we're going to talk about mental illness and the Black man and the Black woman. Tomorrow we're going to talk about mental illness and the Black family. And I will have books. I will have books. Come and get a copy of Black Parent Advocate, $50 a copy. I brought 28 copies. 28 copies. I will have 28 copies in Chicago, and I will have 28 copies in Cleveland. You can pay with PayPal, Apple Pay, Venmo, Zelle.
Is he gonna say food stamps this time? Let's see.
Or credit card. PayPal.
Or at least he didn't say what you call it. I want to just outline something else, an observation. Another thing you guys can look towards, and I don't think I've mentioned this before, but one thing you can look for in Umar, when the money really gets low, he starts selling books again. He'll start bringing up these books and he starts talking about it. He has a very limited supply too. So, there's probably people who have ordered, and I know that there are people who have ordered books. They never received the order because Umar doesn't have books to send him, but he keeps the money. But whenever we see Umar in this position right here, you look at him, he looks smoked out. Okay, his hair is starting to get crazy again. You can look even at his skin. It's just it's pookie time. I don't mean to say it that way, but it's pookie time. But what Umar has to do is he has to dig down into the bottom of the barrel to try to get money out of people. He doesn't have the Cash App anymore. Right now, he can't really use FDMG as a source to get money out of people because he's traveling. He's on perpetual vacation. When was the last time we saw him up there consistently at FD's Abandoned Building in Wilmington, Delaware? So he has to go back, and sometimes he'll bring up the Loyal Donors Club, or he'll bring up something to try to get money out of people. But when he gets down to trying to slang these books, okay, understand that Umar, he's in a very difficult situation right now financially. And he's always in a difficult situation. But I'm talking about on a survival level, Umar's in a really bad situation. Okay, this is bare bones time with Umar. He has to scrape up the bottom of the barrel and he'll start trying to sell books again. So this is something you guys can look out for. It's a pattern that I've noticed. I haven't spoken on it before, but it's something that I've noticed. Now that he's doing it now, I just want to outline that. You can look for that. You can look for this particular sign of Umar in desperation mode in the future when he starts trying to sell books again. Fairchild Republic says, that was one of my second names growing up, Mark Ass Buster. Oh, no. Oh, no, that's not nice. That's not nice. All right. Thanks, Fairchild. But we used to talk like that back in the day. We used to, at least in Southern California. I don't know if they do it in other places, but back in the day, we used to call people that all the time. We used to have all kinds of stuff, just real mean, But that's how it was. Okay, we don't do that nowadays. All right. All right. Thanks, Fairchild, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Here we go.
Apple Pay, Venmo, Zelle, or credit card. So 6 to 8:30 tonight. Mental illness and the black man, mental illness and the black woman.
It's amazing that he's bringing this up because we've been talking a lot about Umar and his mental illness, the mental illness issues recently, right? And here he is.
Tomorrow, Saturday, 2 to 6, mental illness and the black family. First of all,
here you go.
I'm being asked about Donald Trump's pardon of certain entertainers. If they're not guilty of unalivings and grapes, if they're not guilty of unalivings and grapes, if they're not guilty of serious bodily injury, unalivings and grapes, I don't have a problem with the pardon. I just had a big blueberry lemonade, BBL. I just had a big blueberry lemonade smoothie, BBL. I just had a big blueberry lemonade smoothie, BBL.
What is he talking about? I was reading this email from James. I apologize. Did I hear that right? And thanks, Fairchild. I'm sorry. What's going on here?
I just had a big blueberry lemonade, BBL.
What in the world is going on with this guy? He's boy, and the thing is, he drank that thing so quick. He's so gluttonous. You know, when you get something, you're supposed to, take your time with it. And he live streaming at the, just crazy. What does the BBL got to do with it with anything? Am I missing something?
I just had a big blueberry lemonade smoothie, BBL.
Oh, a big blueberry. Okay. All right, Umar. All right. Yeah, I got you now. Big blueberry lemonade smoothie. That's the BBL. Okay. I got it. Oh, this guy, he boy, this guy, he did Freakoff. But I told people he associates food with sex and female body parts, like the cookies. So I guess he associated a blueberry lemonade with a BBL. You can't make this up. I don't listen. I don't know. Listen. Still, D, that is all. I understand now, but why is he talking like that? Yeah, but that's what he does, right? Truth and logic. You know this. He does this with everything. I mean, we can come up with a list of things that he associates with the female body parts, and it's all sweet treat stuff because he's gluttonous. Like, you know, he has addictions. He already talked about how he has addiction to having sex. He calls it cookies. That's a euphemism for vagina. But that's the point is he's equating food. Real quick list. Okay. I'm gonna put one in here. The cookies. Okay, and that means the JJ. What else? Good crush chat. He always does it, but it goes to show you that he's sexist and he objectifies women in this way. And then the food in particular things that are sweet. You know, he associates. One time he said honeycomb hideout, which is a euphemism for the JJ. I mean, who thinks like that? This is y'all's principle. Yeah, and then he has colors too: caramel, cocoa, hot fudge, pina colada, so forth and so on. But he stated honeycomb hideout. I don't know if that's how you spell it. Honeycomb hideout. He says peach cobbler, which is another euphemism for giant. Yeah, he's called little girls. He said they have rotten cookies. Cookies being a euphemism for vagina. He did. He said he calls it the honeycomb hideout. He's a freakazoid. He really is. Who talks like that? Yeah, another one is honey buns. Yeah, and I used to love me some honey buns. Don't get me wrong back in the day, but he equates honey buns with women's private parts too. Yeah, he calls them honey buns and Cinnabons too. Yeah, Cinnabons, honey buns. Yeah, it's also a colorism. Caramel snap. No, I heard that one. I ain't heard that one, Sharif. I ain't heard no caramel snatch. I wouldn't be surprised though. Yeah, one time he said warm salt. Yeah, he's a freakazoid. African lemonade is another. What's up, Michael? Another was African lemonade. He also said sex crumbs one time. I don't know either. Pretty brown eyes. I don't even want to think about it. That's that P. Diddy stuff. He said baby oil. Yeah, a butter pecan Ricans. Yep. Yeah, he sure did. I don't remember him ever saying cream pie now. No, I don't know about the cream pie part. Anyone ever heard that one? Hit the one. I ain't never heard him say cream pie. Pistachio, hot peanut butter. Yeah. You tripping. You tripping. What in the world? What in the world does that mean? Oh my God. You guys are too much. It's just too much. All right. Oh my God. Oh, excuse me. I don't need to be laughing like this. Whew. Body can't take it right now. Yeah, he be saying Cinnabons all the time. Yeah, he said warm peanut butter one time. That's interesting. I was like, huh. All right, let me get up out this chat room. You guys. Yeah, sweet brown sugar. Yeah, Lucy Goosey is another one. Anyway, let me get out this chat room because y'all gonna make me faint. Oh man, someone said Cocoa Puffs. Hey Treya, You gonna talk about Cocoa Puffs? That's crazy. Cheetos. I'm trying to imagine in my mind what would that mean exactly. Okay, yeah, I've heard him say that too. Yeah, Smelly Nelly. Okay, let me get up on it. Yeah, it is. It's going too far. Okay, let's focus. Whew, boy, y'all, wow. Fairchild said, Leonard, you come from a certain geographical area. Tough, stand your ground, handle things with humor, and you will get through it with tough and skin. Yeah, you're right about that. And you have too. The thing is, in my mind, I think it was functional for the environment, but as we get older, we have to temper it. And then I was very careful not to have my children be put in a position where they have to get rough around the edges, or at least be able to take verb. Because you know how there are people like, and I'm that way. Like if someone went at me verbally, I go right back at them, and I'll hurt their feelings. I don't have to do anything physical, but I know how to run my mouth and get it, get them, and they'll hurt their feelings. But also, it's in order to be able to do that, you have to be able to take a certain level of verbal abuse from the person that you checking, or we used to call it G checking back in the day. But that's a skill set, and it comes out of years, and point of fact, it could be decades of dealing with situations where people are being verbal abusive to you, and you can just kind of, at a certain point, it doesn't affect you like it used to. It's a skill set. I think it's a valuable skill set depending on your environment, but that's something I did not want for my children to have to pick up. I didn't want them to have to feel as if they have to be rough around the edges that way in order to survive in a given environment. But for me, it was functional. I'm not saying it was right, okay? And I still have it, okay? And I only bring it out from time to time. You have it too, and there's other people that chat me too. It's I used to have people crying. We called it basing. We were just talking about people and look at you, that ain't what your mama said, that kind of stuff. And then people, at a certain point, they break down and cry. It's wrong thinking about it now, but it was functional based upon the environment that I grew up in. And the types of things that I experienced in my childhood. But these days, it's not something that I've passed on to my children, although that I do recognize that it could be valuable in a certain situation. That's why I think sometimes people, they get it twisted because they may see someone like me or someone like you, and they assume that because we operate in the world in a particular way that we don't have that in us. So they may think that they can talk to me or you or someone else any way they can. And you'd be surprised at how many times people, they assume too much. And they be pushing the boundaries, because people sometimes they'll say stuff just to kind of test to see how you're going to respond and kind of put you in where they feel as if that's your place. And then when you come back at them, they're like, oh, they never knew you had that in them. And it just changed the whole dynamic. They don't do that anymore. See? Anyway, the point is part of it is having tough skin. That's one thing I know about Umar. He doesn't have tough skin like that. He can't take criticism. He doesn't know how to play the dozens. Even when the SETI rant, when he was trying to go at SETI, you can tell he didn't know how to play the dozens. When he did the Tariq Nasheed, not to get off topic, when he did the Tariq Nasheed rant, I could tell right away. Tariq Nasheed can roast. Umar can't. He doesn't have the tough skin to take it while he's trying to dish it out. And that's the same thing with Umar. He doesn't like people to criticize him, but all he does is criticize people. If people really think about it, Umar, his main thing is criticize people. He criticizes Black people, mainly successful Black men in particular, but he'll criticize anyone, and that's what he does. But then as soon as someone says something about him, he gets all into his feelings because he doesn't have tough skin. Okay? Anyway, thanks Fairchild for the super chat. Okay, let me do these other. Let me get back to the video. We got a little blowed off with the comments in the chat room here. Let's see. Tempted to purchase both books, Redline and Review. Yeah, you could. You may be able to find digital versions of them, not official digital versions. I shouldn't even be saying it. Let me take that back. But I'll just leave it right there. Someone did send me a PDF version. Okay, it was bootleg, and I didn't look too much into it, but I looked into enough. This is his first book. I looked into enough of it to say this is a bunch of bullshit. He doesn't even have writing skills. Not like on what you would expect from someone who has 6 degrees and has a PsyD and spent 20 years in higher education. Writing skills is fundamental, just in general, but in particular in higher education. It gets you really, really far just by having some writing skills. Umar, he doesn't have that. So he's written 2 books, no source material, and I'm telling you, at least the book that I looked at, but I think it was the first one. I was not impressed at all. I was like, really? This is what this guy's doing? Yeah, I wouldn't waste the time, waste the money, because he charged. I remember there was a time he was charging $75 per book. Then he took it down to $50. I don't know what he's charging these days, but you know, getting back to what I was saying before, though. See, it's amazing, Fairchild. We haven't really brought up his books to discuss like this in a very long time. I'll bring it up every once in a while to say, okay, he's written 2 books and there's no source material, just to outline the lack of professionalism and academic prowess. He just doesn't have it. So I'll bring it up in that context. But in terms of Umar actually selling them again, we haven't had this conversation in a while. But see, why is that the case? Well, because Umar, the money has gotten so low. He's in a really bad, and I told people months ago, he's in a really bad position financially. It's only going to get worse. And so he has to scrape at the bottom of the barrel. And he knows that what's at the bottom of this barrel is these books. So that's why he's bringing them up. He's trying to sell them. Okay. See, it don't even make sense. Let me just say this. It doesn't make sense, because Umar, what he should have done is he should have made this digitized, or really should be he should have set this up to wherein the books are printed off-site, and they also, whoever's printing them is also the same company or organization that's distributing them. They're mailing them out. And Umar didn't even have to do anything. All he has to do is provide them with the version to print, the finalized version to print, a book cover, and then he just sits back and collects residual money indefinitely. And he doesn't have to worry about shipping. He doesn't have to worry about any of that stuff. And even that in of itself, if he did this the right way, those 2 books, that would have brought in a significant amount of money each year for an extended period of time, where it's just money that's coming in residual. He doesn't even have to worry about it. But not Umar. He's still trying to ship books out and or bring them to venues, which is okay. But logistically speaking, how many books can you carry on a plane, or how many, so forth and so on. Anyway, I wouldn't even waste your money. Okay. I mean, you can do what you want to, but I wouldn't, because it ain't like, all right. Thanks, Fairchild, for the super chat. Let me make sure I got to the rest of these 2. This Smitty Boy says, not Umar with the US Polo shirt on, of the great value version of Ralph Lauren. He's really down bad, and he looked dusty as hell. Somebody hit the PayPal immediately. I know he finna block me next. Well, if you comment and he sees your comment on his Instagram page, he will block you. Okay, he doesn't always see the comments, but he doesn't take. He has very thin skin. He doesn't like criticism. Another thing that is important, you're bringing up, Smitty Boy, and it's the truth, that Umar, he'll tell black people that you shouldn't be wearing this and you shouldn't be wearing that, but then he wears it himself. He'll tell people that you shouldn't be wearing NBA stuff, like logos or NBA attire, as it were, but he'll wear it. Same thing with the NFL. That's a white man's institution. Yeah, but you see him with the NFL, the Philly fitted caps and all that stuff, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Philadelphia, the baseball team, Phillies. You see him do it over and over again. I remember even Umar went, because he was telling people, he was going off on people that were celebrating the Super Bowl, like black people. But I have a video of Umar when he was at a Super Bowl celebration when the Philadelphia Eagles won the championship, not this last year, but a couple of years, maybe 5 years ago or something like that. So he's a hypocrite. He'll tell black people that you shouldn't be participating in that kind of stuff. And that's all the white man stuff, but then he'll participate in it. See, but that's Umar. And the same thing applies to his clothing. He'll tell black people you should be wearing this and you shouldn't be wearing that. But yeah, he will wear the U.S. polo. There's another one. I can't remember what it's called. Maybe that is the U.S. the polo. Because then the polo one with the horse and the guy on the horse. But there's another one. It's an alligator. I can't remember what because I think I had one of those shirts way back when I was in the 9th or 10th grade. No, 9th grade, maybe 8th grade. But he wears those too, right? But he would expect black people that, no, you're not supposed to be doing that because you're spending money on with the white man and the white man product, so forth and so on. But he'll do it himself. He's a total hypocrite. See, this is the thing about Umar. It's like a cult, because cult leaders, what they do is they set up these expectations, and it's really these rules and regulations for their followers. But the cult leader themselves, they don't even follow those rules. They break those rules all the time. They'll even change the rules to fit whatever it is that they're trying to do. But it's always about trying to subjugate the rest of, their followers. And that's what Umar does. He subjugates them by giving them these rules and regulations, but he doesn't follow these rules and regulations himself. See, he'll tell, we were talking about this yesterday. He'll tell black men that you know, he's disappointed in black men and you guys ain't supporting your children the way that you should, and your black women the way that you should. But he don't support his children the way that he should. He don't even support his children's period. He don't support the baby mamas the way that he should. He ain't married not one of them. He ain't married not one black woman. He's not supporting any. Then I want people to think about this, and I don't mean to go off, but people think about this. What black woman do we see Umar supporting directly day by day? I'll wait. But see, he expects that from black people, from black men, and he'll shame black men because he wants to cater to the black women, because he knows that they're going to send him the money, and he knows that they're going to be the ones to give up them draws. It's insidious. Umar, he's insidious. See, I watched the Star Trek and the Star Wars and the Sith Lord and Darth Vader. It was, you know, I watched and I pay very careful attention to how they be moving. Same thing with the Predator series and Aliens. If you guys really look really carefully, but you know, no, this you know what, these people, this is insidious shit. Who even thinks like that? It's like sociopath or something. But Umar, he's been living like this for decades. But you know what? Let me tell y'all something. You can live foul for as long as you want to. But at a certain point, the stench of your foulness is going to encompass you to such a degree that you can't even escape it. And that's where Umar's at right now. That's why he's looking the way that he's looking. And it's going to get worse. Mark my words. He's been so insidious and foul and been living this way for such a long time that there's no way that he's going to be able to get that funk off top of it. It ain't going to happen. There's nothing he can do at this point except get funkier and funkier and funkier. And the more funky he get, the worse things get. Mark my words. See, that's another thing real quick. That's why Umar, he has to talk about the PayPal. Because the funk, he done tricked off. I don't mean to say it that way. That's how we talk. He done tricked off the money that he was getting through GoFundMe. They shut him down because of fraud. $400,000 in about 3.5 years, something like that. Just on GoFundMe alone. They shut him down because of fraud. Why didn't Umar open up another GoFundMe? Because he could have, right, if he was in good standing, because he wasn't in good standing. They started issuing refunds. And Umar, he has to panic because he knew that they were going to start giving more and more of that money back. So he has to spend whatever money he had left in February of 2019 to get these abandoned buildings. Then why didn't he just go back to GoFundMe? Because it was the main source of bringing in money, quick money. He couldn't because he was shut down because of fraud. Okay, well, guess what? He set up the PayPal. That got shut down for a while, but then he got it put back up. He still has it, but remember, he wasn't really promoting PayPal because he was mainly promoting CashApp, because that was the main thing for over 6 years now, 7 years now. It's CashApp, 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 CashApp. Then that gets shut down because of fraud more recently, a matter of months ago, months. And then now what does he do? He's back down to PayPal again. See, that's that funk rising up on him, and he can't get out of it. Just like at this point, because see, PayPal for Umar, that's scraping at the bottom of the barrel. Just like selling books is scraping at the bottom of the barrel. Y'all beginning to see? See, I'm going to tell y'all something, one last thing. That's why, in my mind, I think that Umar's already realized that even going up there to these trap bandos, in terms of opportunity costs, it's not even worth it going up there to beg. Because he don't have the Cash App anymore. So it's not like the money's going to come right there, right away. He can promote PayPal, but ain't nobody trying to, like, no. See? So that's why we don't see Umar up there like we used to see Umar up. Do you guys remember back in the day? This guy, he'd be up there just, I mean, there'd be times he'd be up there just doing nothing, just sitting up there, just sitting on the rock. We don't even see him sitting on the sacred rock anymore. Why? Because Umar realizes that it's not even worth it anymore. And it's going to get worse and worse because it's funkified at this point. Anyway, thank you, Smitty boy. He probably already blocked you. Umar watching this right now. He done blocked you already. Okay, thank you for the super chat. Okay, let's get going here. I done got blowed off again. I said we're gonna have a quick show. Yeah, he said Warren Peanut, but I remember the day he said it, I could not believe it. Yeah, I got this one earlier, Fairchild. Thank you so much. Yeah, I did. I feel bad about that too when I think about it as an adult, because I was ruthless with it. My mouth, boy, I would just clown. I would clown so bad. Okay. Thanks, Fairchild. Seth says, so you're saying that Umar's English is shit? Yeah, it is. And it's Umar, for someone who claims to have 6 degrees, he has 5. At maximum 5. I'll put it that way. At best, I should say it that way. He has 5, which is fine. But for someone who claims to have 6 degrees and spent 6 degrees and spent think about that, 20 years, that's a long time to be in higher education pursuing degrees. You would expect Umar to have a better control and command as a quote unquote professional school psychologist or principal, a better command of the English language. But even still, his writing skills are poor, really, really poor. Even what he wrote in January of 2010 promises to begin laying the groundwork for the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey School for Pan African, whatever he said, Pan African School for Boys, whatever he said. This will be a private school, and yes, you will pay in order for your son to attend the grant. That kind of what are you doing? For someone who's supposed to be a professional, he should write that out in advance, go over it, and see. Umar should have had. I don't mean to go here, but he should have had a PR team even back then to look over the shit that he was doing, because the shit was so shitty. A lot of the shit that he does is shitty, and he doesn't have a team to give him any advice. Okay, maybe you shouldn't say it that way. Think about the SETI rant, Seth. When he did the SETI rant, if Umar had a team around him before he goes live and he says, I'm about to go in on this mother, they would say, no, don't do it. Well, why not? And they would explain to him why. That was a PR. I would have been really good at that. Someone just does PR for people. And what I would have told Umar, no, it's not going to be a good look. Okay, it's going to be off-putting. If you want to address him, what you should do is write it out first and make it quick. See, no more than 2 short paragraphs. If you can make it 1 paragraph, make it 1 paragraph. Write it out. And you can either post it as an official statement, or you can read it as an official statement. But you don't got to go King Kong, because it's not going to be a good look. But what did Umar do? Because he don't have no team, he don't have no PR, and he ain't got no damn sense. He goes King Kong ape shit crazy. Silverback. And then we see what happened. That live stream is Umar's greatest rant, and it lives in infamy for the rest of his life. But part of the issue is that a lot of the things that he does is shitty, and he doesn't have any type of a team, and he doesn't have a level of self-control or personal. Really what it is with Umar is that he doesn't have self-awareness, and that's very problematic for someone who is able to wield such influence on people as a social influencer, that he has no self-awareness. Very dangerous. See, he doesn't even see how him behaving the way that he behaves is impacting how people see him, and he doesn't care. See, if someone who has that sort of a mentality, if they get more and more power, they're going to do things that are more and more destructive, and they don't care. They don't care how it reflects poorly on them. P. Diddy, Bill Cosby, see, R. Kelly. See, but Umar, it amazes me that this guy, in terms of command of the English language, but also basic writing skills. How did this guy get 5 degrees, 6 degrees? I don't know. Real quick, the only thing I can say in my mind, based upon my research, is that perhaps Umar, his mental state back then, when he was really trying to get these degrees, was very much different than what we see today in 2025. That's the only thing I can come up with. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's the only thing I can come up with. Thanks, Seth, for super chat. Lewis X says, I can picture Umar as a kid going outside to play with pink arms from calamine lotion for mosquito bites, hair smelling like sulfur, eight for dandruff, and greasy chest for Vicks. Oh, God. Nah. Based on what Umar Johnson, how he tells, and you know this, the story that Umar tells is that, and some of it, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just going to give you guys a quick example. Then we'll get back to the video. I can pull up the video and show it where he tells the story, but he talks about how that they were growing up in poverty and that they were in homeless shelters. And I don't quite get that. Is that true? Because he also says that they stayed with the grandmama And if they were staying in the homeless shelters, does that mean that he was staying in the homeless shelter with his siblings and his mama, or with his mama and his grandmama at the same time, while his daddy was down in North Carolina in the military? See, as I put together this time, not to get off topic again, but as I put together this timeline, Louis, the things don't quite add up. And I've always told people, you can't take anything that Umar says at face value because he lies so much. Is it possible that Umar was living in a homeless shelter, and we would have to assume, based upon when he tells the story, I can pull it up and play it for you guys if you want me to, that it was him and his mama and his other sibling. There's a lot of siblings too. But if that's the case, what does that say about Jamal, who's out living his best life? Are we being led to believe that Jamal didn't care enough about his kids and about Barbara to where he was comfortable enough to be living his best life in the military, stationed in different places, but initially in North Carolina, while his kids and his kids' mama were inside homeless shelters? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, this brings up, just these types of thoughts for me. What I think is that Jamal was a deadbeat for that family. That's what I think. I think he was a deadbeat. I think Umar, he has created in his own mind a romanticization, this narrative that his father was present. But I think for Umar, what he perceives to be present is based upon his Pan-Africanism and being a deadbeat himself. That if you see your father once every 6 months or twice every 4 months or once every year, that somehow that means that they're an active participant in your life. See, based upon Umar and how he is with his children, that maybe he can perceive it that way, I guess. But in reality, in point of fact, that's what you call a deadbeat. So what I think is that Umar, his childhood was difficult, that he didn't get much attention from his father. I think that his mother also treated him special because he was the oldest son. I think he has enmeshment issues with which is a form of emotional incest with his mom. That's why he always, at the age of 50, and he said it back in 2019, that his only friend was his mama. And then here he is at 50 years old. He stays out of mama calls and he has his own place to stay. He sees unhealthy attachment issues. And I do think that he grew up poor. I do believe that, and I think based upon what he said, that yeah, he lived with his grandmama because that was the only stability, a place of stability that he could stay, him, his mom, and his siblings, and of course his daddy had abandoned the family. That's what I think. I also think that Umar had a very difficult time dealing with other children outside of the family, and that they used to bully him and talk shit about him, and he didn't have tough skin because he's always been a mama boy and he's been soft. See, like we were talking about earlier, Fairchild, we were talking about this, like depending on the environment, you have in certain environments, you have to develop a tough skin to be able to deal with that stuff. I don't think Umar ever, and I know he never developed that. See, I think his mama coddled him instead. And his daddy wasn't there to set him straight, to make sure that he had some level of masculinity in him, so where he ain't getting punked like that. See? And then the daddy comes back on the scene later on, real quick, comes back on the scene later on in Umar's life. And what he decides to do is ship him off to boarding school. That's what I think. Anyway, thanks, Louis, for the super chat. It's a sad tale. The thing again, the point I want to make too is I try to give Umar the benefit of the doubt when he tells these stories about his childhood and his upbringing, that type of thing. I try to give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't think Umar lies about everything. I just think that Umar lies about most things. And sometimes, as I put together the timeline, there's been times where I have to kind of second guess things. He'll say one thing in this video, and then 5 years later, another video, he says something totally different, and it doesn't match up in the timeline. It's like, okay, well, which one is it? But what I will say is that based upon even how Umar is today, that he grew up in poverty, and that he has a poverty mindset, and everything is a hustle for survival based upon poverty. And this school, FDMG, is nothing more than a hustle based upon this poverty consciousness that Umar Johnson has. And it's his main way of getting money out of people. And there's still no school. Not one black child has been educated. Okay. Thank you, Louis, for super chat. Okay, let's get going here. Scott said, LenonHonor, you off my Goonie Goon hit list. Thank you. Y'all remember that too? Umar was talking about his Goonie Goons gonna pull up on me and all, just talking crazy. Umar, you talking reckless. See, real quick, where I come from, if people gonna do stuff, they didn't talk about it. I think, I don't know, maybe it's a social media age. We didn't have social media back then, but there wasn't much talking back in the day. See, a lot of people, they got hemmed up and it just be instantaneous. They don't even know what, you was tripping and they just didn't say they was gonna do what they're gonna, but they did what they were gonna do. But Umar, he has to broadcast it and he has to make a whole big deal and nothing comes out of it, but that's just Umar. And he had his Goonie Goons. His pull-up team. That's what he called it. He called it a pull-up team. Umar, you so goofy. How you going? Let me stop. Okay. Anyway, thanks, Scott. I appreciate it. He's just goofy. The Spike Spiegel says Lacoste has gators and Gator has Oh man, I gotta clear my chest. So I'm about to take it. I'll let this play out to do real quick. Yeah, we've been talking a lot about gators lately. I don't know why. I don't know why, but we've been talking about gators a lot. Thanks, the Spike Spiegel. But Umar, he's a gator. Okay. What's up, East B? Thanks for tuning on in. Yeah, you remember the Goonie Goons? I forgot about the Goonie Goons. Yeah. What's good, Linda? You sound better today. Stay on. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, I feel a little bit better. I just need to get more sleep. I'm trying to get to bed early tonight, but I do feel a little bit better than yesterday. But this ain't nothing compared to last week. I mean, I was not. It knocked me out. I had to take days off work and everything. Okay, let me let this play. I got to clear my chest real quick. And thanks, everyone. Everyone saw the cookie request chat. There is a poll question, too. James had asked that Umar posted a live in Chicago today. He had emailed me this. The thing is, I can't go on there right now onto his. Is it on Instagram? Yeah, James, what you can do is even though I can't go on to his Instagram page unless I open up another Instagram account or figure out I don't remember what my other old account I had from a long time ago. You can always just go on to his Instagram page and then copy the link to that page where the video appears. So click on the actual video and copy the URL and then email that to me and then I can just download it that way. Okay, I'll just download it direct. I have a program. An app that I use to download stuff, and I can just put that link in there and I can download it that way. Yeah, and I'm not familiar with that particular interview, so yeah, I wasn't able to get on his Instagram page today. Thanks, James. I appreciate that. Okay, so let me do this. Let me let this play, and then I'll be right back. I got to blow my nose and clear my chest. Let me mute this. I want y'all to hear. It's okay. Here we go.
BBL. I just had a big blueberry lemonade smoothie. BBL. Comedians' lips. Why you got your ice cream cones all poked out, my sister? Ladies, keep your ice cream cones covered up, will you please? This is not the time for lust.
Here we go with another one. Now he's saying ice cream cones. Remember we were saying the other stuff he be saying with the hot fudge and the honeycomb hideout and the thermonuclear cookies, whatever he was saying. Now he's saying, I don't even know what he said. He's such a freak-off type. Real sassy too. Come on, Umar.
Comedians' lips. Why you got your ice cream cones all poked out, my sister? Ladies, keep your ice cream cones covered up, will you please?
What in the world?
This is not the time for lust. This is the time for liberation. My beautiful African sister got her ice cream cones all poked out. You got a bra 6 times smaller than your cup size. You should know better than that.
What? What does that mean? What in the world is he talking about? I don't even understand what that means, what he just said. Aki, does this make sense? I don't know. Rochelle? He said, dear God. We wanted to get over that Tunde fever. maybe that's what the problem is. Umar, he suffers from Tunde fever. That's why he be talking so nasty all the time. Umar got Tunde fever. Now it makes sense. I ain't never heard that before. Tunde fever. That's a new one. Someone in the chat room. We need a definition for Tunde fever. From now on, when Umar start talking nasty like this, we need to type in Tunde fever time. Okay, this guy he's sick. I don't even understand what he's saying here about the cup size or whatever.
Ice cream cones all poked out. You got a bra 6 times smaller than your cup size. You should know better.
What does that mean? A bra that's 6 times smaller than your cup size. I don't even understand it. Anyway, I don't know. He suffered from that Tunde fever. Okay, thanks, East B. Well, Umar, he wild. He's so wild. I don't understand that. What does that mean? Because he says the bra, then he says the cup size. What? I don't get it.
Anyway. That you got a bra 6 times smaller than your cup size. You should know better.
I don't get it. Someone want to explain in the chat room. I don't know. Yeah, you're right about that. I do. I'm bad to ask my wife to rub them on my chest and on my belly. As I tell my wife, you gotta rub it as low as you can go. Let me stop playing. I shouldn't have said that, but that's not me telling her. She used to rub that Vicks on my chest. I said, baby, can you rub it on my belly too? She said, why? Just go as low as you can go down. Okay. But y'all ain't never had a Vicks vapor Freakoff? Okay. All right, that's enough. I'm going too far. Look at somebody say like an honest chill. They don't play that baby oil. They ain't playing with all that. We want that Vicks. Man, you ain't lived until you have one of them. Hey boy, it's sting real bad and make your balls on fire, but boy, it's worth it every time. Okay. Yeah, I just caught a little of that Tunde fever just now. I apologize. All right. I start sweating. You see how I start sweating? I got that Tunde fever. That's these B mates have one of them. That's a classic. The Boston Bear sent to this. I think it's a super sticker. Thank you, Boston Bear. All right. Let me get refocused here. Well, but we ain't even got no Vicks in the house. I'm about to order me some. Let me get on Amazon right now, fam. I'll be right back. Now, here we go.
Better than that. You should know you need a bigger ice cream cup for your ice cream cones. Stop playing with me. You know you need a bigger ice cream cup for your ice cream cones. Stop playing with me, sister.
You know, I don't know if this is true, but it just comes to mind here as a pattern. I haven't thought about it. But it just seems to me that when Umar, when he gets to this point, he starts talking about sex stuff more. Isn't it doesn't sound like it? I mean, he does it all the time. Anyway, I'm just saying when Umar gets to where, you know, the money done ran out, the Cash App gets shut down. It's Pookie time. He looking like a Pookie. And for whatever reason, he starts talking more of this freak-off type of talk. Not that he does it in other videos, but it seems as if he does it more, and he goes more off the wall with it. Yeah, that's what I think. I don't know if it's an actual pattern, but it's something that at least I've noticed. You know, it just comes up, and he gets a little bit more egregious, or even a lot more egregious when he's in super desperation mode financially. Yeah. Okay, and again, I don't know if that's an actual pattern. It just seems to me at this point that that's something that happens with Umar. Okay, I could be wrong. Lewis says, look like his head is growing out his ears and going into his mouth. Yeah, but part of it, Lewis is his face starts to sag when he gets into these modes, and you can tell. I can tell and I can't I can't actually I wish I could put the cursor on and show you exactly what I mean. But if you guys look under his eyes, and then a little bit below his eyes, there's these little indentations that start to appear more and more. And the more down and out he gets, you can a real good example. You guys look at when he went crazy with the SETI rant. But the more and more he off he gets into this mode, it becomes more and more pronounced, and then his face starts to sag down more and more. That's just something that I've noticed about Umar. That's why when I first pulled this video up, I knew right away. I can tell where he's at, and I have a sense that it's only going to get worse. That money, it's real funny for him right now. And it has been for a while. And now, I remember I told you guys a month ago, I said, it's going to take a couple of months before it really hits him. And right now it's full-fledged hitting. And I can tell right away. Thanks, Lewis, for super chat. And the user 225 says, Umar Johnson talking about cup sizes. We know he rocks a D. Yeah. And I don't even know I don't even really know all that stuff, to be honest with you guys. I don't know. I don't even know what he means. What did he said the broad that he says cup? Maybe he's saying that the cup size. Well, anyway, that's beyond the scope for me. Thanks, user 225 for super chat. Okay, let me let this play. Here we go.
Wearing these extra small bras, y'all need to stop it. At ease, my queens.
Here you go.
At ease, my queens. Now, Donald Trump is a master.
By the way, we got 800 people inside the building. We have 270 likes. I like to get to 500 before we close out. That's always the goal. So I don't know. It seems a little bit far-fetched, but 230 more likes. If half the people in here who haven't hit the like button, even less than half, hit the like button, and you're enjoying the show, that'll get us to 500 right there. So if you're enjoying the show, go on and hit that like button. I'd appreciate it. Our goal, again, is to get to 500. All right, let's go.
Manipulator of Negro hope.
No, well, Umar, he's the master manipulator of what he calls Negro hope. Hit the one. I've been calling him a master manipulator. Now he's using my terminology. Okay, look at how he looks too. See how broke down and beat down, broke down. Okay, this is what you call Pookie time.
President Trump is a master manipulator of Negro hope. And the reason I say that the orange man is a master manipulator of Negro hope is he has studied the Negro in post-Dr. King America. And President Trump understands that because black people do not move as a group, black people do not move as a unit, black people have no organization or solidarity.
See how disrespectful he speaks about black people? Okay, he's really talking about himself. Okay, it's just very and then his followers just say, well, you always being critical of Umar. Well, you listen to Umar, all he does is talk shit about black people. He talk more shit than a white supremacist. Real talk. Yeah, he sure is. He sure is. That's how I know Umar watches these videos. Okay, and it impacts him, which is good. Look at this guy. Look at him. It's sad too, because this guy, he just become a little Pookie, and it just live from him Pookie.
And because black people have no organization or solidarity, you don't have to come up with solutions for the group. You do not have to come up with group solutions when you deal with the Negro. All you have to do is help out a few blacks. All you have to do is help out a few blacks, and that will be passed off as a community solution. You can't do that with Jews. You can't do that with Latinos. You can't do that with Arabs, East Indians, and Chinese, but you can do it with blacks. So what Donald Trump did, Donald Trump pardoned a few blacks, and Donald Trump pardoned a black woman. I'm glad he did. And he's making her the pardon queen. If you want somebody to get pardoned, you go to the pardon queen. That is not a solution for the community. You're not doing nothing about unjust sentencing. You're not doing nothing about plea bargains. You're not doing nothing about the corrupt probation system. You're not doing anything about all the black people incarcerated, awaiting trial without a conviction. He's not dealing with any of the systemic problems. See, if you want to help blacks, you have to deal with systemic problems. But Donald Trump says,
see this guy? Damn, I told y'all. Look at this guy. I told y'all. Could correct that. I don't mean to say it that way, but I did. I told you guys a long time ago. Look at him. What's up, Erica? Look.
he's not dealing with any of the systemic problems. See, if you want to help blacks, you have to deal with systemic problems. But Donald Trump says, the bird has a piece of tissue in his mouth.
It reminds me of that time he was talking about back-to-back Memphis, but also remember that time there was a trash man came by, and he was like, he was talking, and he looks over, oh wow, it was the trash man. Told y'all. Damn, Umar.
See, if you want to help blacks, you have to deal with systemic problems. But Donald Trump says, the bird has a piece of tissue in his mouth.
Oh my God. This guy. What in the world?
So Donald Trump says, a couple famous black people, and I will be celebrated for it. See, that is our own political immaturity. That is our own political ridiculousness, brothers and sisters. How are we going to let him pardon a black woman?
He didn't say it's a, I don't think he said it's a trash can. I think he said it's the trash man, right? That's what he said in that video. It was wild though. But it reminded me of that. It reminded me of back-to-back Memphis.
Put her in charge of pardons and say he doing something for black people when he just signed over 40 executive orders that will negatively affect blacks, like that police empowerment order, or the order to eliminate black history, or the order to strip the Smithsonian National Museum of its most important exhibitions. We cannot be silly, brothers and sisters. Don't fall for that. When is he going to pardon Mumia Abu-Jamal? When is he going to pardon Assata Shakur? When is he going to pardon H. Rat Brown, Jamil Alameen? Stop falling for the okie doke, brothers and sisters. Stop falling for the okie doke, brothers and sisters. Stop falling for the okie doke, brothers and sisters. Donald Trump is controlling Negro public opinion through tokenism. Donald Trump is controlling Negro public opinion through tokenism. Donald Trump is controlling Negro public opinion.
What in the world's going on? Oh, he got another one. Greedy ass. Oh, greedy.
I got me a pineapple smoothie for all my pineapple colored queens. I got me a pineapple smoothie for all my...
He's so gluttonous. No job. Lazy. We got 870 people here. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. I really do. We got a lot to get caught up on too. I think I got like 4 other videos that we got to get caught up on. So this is going to be a busy week. We'll be back tomorrow with that live stream. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Cook Fresh Chat too. This guy, he will eat some smoothies. He's a smoked out smoothie drinker. Here we go.
Pineapple colored queens. We're my pina colada queens and my butterscotch queens and my lemonade queens and my light brown sugar queens and my honey gold queens. This is for the
Honey gold? What you talking about? Come on, Umar, will you stop? You've been pissing me off lately. First you talking about the IT and bugs and talking crazy yesterday, and then you blocked me on Instagram. I didn't appreciate that. I thought we was friends. Now here you are with the colorism stuff again. I do these shows to have a good time, and you know, we have it with Umar. Here he go with the colorism.
honey gold queens. I'm going to have to get me a chocolate smoothie. And
Here we go. And see, this is also the objectification of black women. Yeah, it is. It is a pervert. But see, that's the thing, though. You notice in this video, he just, for some reason, he keep going there. Again, I don't know if it's true, but money, I think that when Umar really gets desperate, and maybe this is what it is. Because Umar has tiers of addiction. Okay, he has a substance abuse, the sex, money drives everything, and food. Okay, so let's just say we're going to use the sex, the food, and the substance abuse. Okay, so that's the three. But what fuels all these three things? I don't want to do it. Well, I'll just have to do it that way if you guys don't mind. I'll be throwing it. So what fuels these three things is the money. Okay, that's FDMG. But see, when that money gets taken away, and it has because the CashApps gets shut down, Umar, he can't deal with all three. So he'll go to the food, he'll go to the sex. And you see in this video, he's mainly talking about, at least at this point, it's all about sex. It's all, you know, bras and cup sizes and you know, cookie flavors and BBLs and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, it's a perfect moment with Umar. See, you know, real quick, I remember many years ago, some of you guys were around, most of you guys probably weren't around back then. This was when I first started covering Umar consistently. In fact, we didn't even have, they didn't even have what they call super chats or super secret back there as a feature on YouTube. In fact, I didn't even promote PayPal or well, I didn't have CashApp back then. PayPal or yeah, it would have only have been PayPal at that time. I wasn't making any money. Nothing was monetized, no AdSense or anything like that. And I told people back then, I said that Umar has three tiers of, he has three addictions, but how to rank those in terms of levels of importance is up in the air. And those three addictions is food, sex, and drugs. I don't know how to rank those in terms of areas of priority for Umar. They're all intertwined though, because he equates food with sex. Honeycomb hideout, hot fudge, vajayjay, cookies, hot cookies. Then he was talking about the breast, and what did he say? Something, whatever he said earlier, I can't even remember what he said with the cup size, but he called something ice cream cones. You 50 fucking years old. What you talking like that for? You 50. Now, didn't that make people? Why would a 50-year-old be talking like that unless he's a pervert? But it may be that his base level is the food and it's so intertwined with sex that's why he always talks about sex. He's always thirsty for food. He's always thirsty for sex. Yeah, one time he did. He said dry, stale cookies. I remember that. Just I don't know, something wrong with him. That's all I can say. Thanks, Money, for the super chat. Marcus says, donors, you want to know where your money is going? BBL and pineapple smoothie. Yeah, in part, yeah, you're right about that. The amount of food that Umar eats, he's gluttonous. He's always been that way. I mean, there's videos after videos that I can pull up where he's ordering room service. He's sitting around lazy, laying in the bed, eating good. And it's not like he's out doing anything, not exercising, nothing like that. That's why Umar, listen, Umar's weight, that's not what it should be. Okay, I put on weight myself. Okay, but I'm almost Umar's age. Okay, but I don't have to exercise. I eat as healthy as I can. No, I actually didn't say that, but I eat healthy enough to where I don't have to exercise, and I still have you know, I can lose a couple of pounds. I'll admit that, especially on my belly. But Umar, his problems in terms of his weight goes back way long time ago, and it wouldn't have been that way if it wasn't for the donors and the donors' money. Y'all know that? I can pull up a video of Umar in 2005, and you guys look at how he looked back then. He wasn't necessarily skinny, but he wasn't obese either. See, his donors don't realize it, but they've actually fueled his self-destruction on many levels, including his eating habits. And I remember when it really began to turn, because Umar, I mean, even his face, it was just, I mean, I'm just gonna say it, his face was fat. I can pull up the video and show it to you guys. And I remember I said, man, this guy, this money that people are sending him to open up a school, because he don't have no job, it's going into his gut. Umar spent more money on his gut than he has on opening up a school. Y'all think about that for a moment, because he's raised millions of dollars. Getting on up here, looking all sloppy, drinking smoothie after smoothie, talking about BBL. What kind of man? Anyway, thanks, Marcus. Umar, anyway, I ain't gonna let him get my blood pressure up today. Ravati Moon says FDMG food, drugs, money. I just said guts. Food, money, food, drugs, money, guts. And that's, yeah, listen, that's the real truth about it. I just said guts. Thanks to everybody for the super chat. This is $8.88. I appreciate that. I like that number. Okay. Yeah, that's what it comes down. I don't know what the order. What do you guys think the order of importance is for Umar? Just do like 1, 2, and 3. Food, sex, and I don't even know the answer to it, but food, sex, or drugs. Go ahead and I mean, we could put money in there too, but money is really just the means to an end. It's not about opening up a school. It's to fulfill these needs for food, drugs, and sex. So y'all go ahead inside of the chat. I'm going and put show me what y'all think in terms of the order of what you think the order of importance would be for Umar. Thanks, Ravati Moon, for the super chat. Someone said pull up the video where Umar's face got. Okay, let me see if I can find it. Okay, it may take a while, but let me let this play. Here we go. We're already at hour 45 minutes. Here we go.
A caramel smoothie. Ah.
Here we go with the sniffing. Yep, withdrawal.
I give updates on the school all the time, but you shouldn't be concerned about that because you're not a donor.
Damn, this guy, he's so sloppy. He up here burping and sniffing. Yeah, see? Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, he don't spit it out or nothing. Just gross. Yeah. What kind of man? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you sure that's what he do. Yeah, he really is spitty boy. He ain't got. And remember, I have the Big Papa podcast where he was talking about how he's gonna teach the boys the proper manners and how to eat, what types of forks to use at the table, and how to pass the butter. I said, boy, if you don't stop, what you talking about? Then he gets online, just gulping down smoothies, sniffing and shit, and I tell you, anyway, yeah, just straight nasty. What's up, Stevie? Thanks for the super chat, bro. Okay, here we go. Now I'm still trying to find this other video for y'all.
I give updates on the school all the time,
Just
but you shouldn't be concerned about that because you're not a donor. Snow Bunny Halliburton. Let me say this about the NBA Finals. Snow Bunny Halliburton versus Snow Bunny Gildress Alexander. Snow Bunny Halliburton versus Snow Bunny Gildress Alexander. Let me say this about the NBA Finals. Snow Bunny Halliburton versus Snow Bunny Gildress Alexander. Let me say this. I'm going to take issue with the fact that our brother from Cameroon. I'm forgetting his name. What's our brother from Cameroon?
Siakam.
For the Indiana Pacers. Give me his name again. Siakam.
Siakam. Yeah.
Pascal Siakam from Cameroon is an NBA champion with the Toronto Raptors.
So?
He's a starting player for the NBA champion Toronto Raptors. They almost never say that when they mention his name.
What are you talking about?
Even when he carried the Pacers on his back during a few of those games against the New York Knicks, they gave all the credit to Snow Bunny Halliburton.
No, they didn't. What are you talking? Didn't Siakam win?
Pascal Siakam.
Didn't Pascal Siakam win the I may be wrong. Let me go see. Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Yeah, he won the Eastern Conference Final MVP, Umar. What are you talking about? This guy, he's so... Anyway, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it go. This guy, he don't know what. He just... And the only reason why he's talking like this is because of race.
Had the best stats in last night's game 1 for the Indiana Pacers. He had the best stats. But all they talked about was Halliburton. Now, I can understand last night, because Halliburton hit the game winner. I can understand. Halliburton hit the game winner. Don't get me wrong, but Pascal Siakam is the best player on that team. Make no mistake about it. Look at the stats. Pascal Siakam.
Now, this may be true statistically speaking for the series, but in terms of for the team for the year, it's Halliburton. Okay, and we also have to throw in the clutch aspect of it. Halliburton went on a clutch performance, I guess you can say, rant. It was like historic what he did. So that's why he's gotten a lot of attention. But Umar wants to make it seem like he's getting all this attention because he has a white wife, I guess. I don't know.
Is the best player on the Indiana Pacers, but because he's a dark-skinned continental African.
That ain't got nothing to do with anything. I can't believe this guy.
Because he's a dark-skinned continental African, he does not get the type of attention.
He won the MVP, Umar. What is he talking? Anyway, this guy is nuts. Yeah, he is. His daddy's black, his mama's white. I can't believe this guy. Umar, he's so out there, but like someone said earlier, it's all to fit his little narrative. Yeah, who makes $47 million a year? Not Siakam don't make it. If he does, he overpaid. Let me see. Relatively speaking, I should say. He don't make that much money. I know that. Maybe Halliburton, maybe. He has a 4-year, 189,000. This is basically 190,000. Mike, I did not know he was making that kind of money. He's overpaid, real talk. But anyway, I'm talking about relatively speaking. There are players who have much more. Well, I guess you can say he's a two-way player too, but that are more impactful that make less than him. But he's not the only one. There's quite a few people who are overpaid in the league. But 189.5 million over the course of 4 years. Yeah, $47 million a year. Umar, what are you talking about? He don't get the right. He got the contract. Is that also because he's dark skinned, quote unquote dark skinned African? Okay. See how Umar fits these narratives? Listen, Yoshimoto, I did not know that he was making that kind of money. In my opinion, he's overpaid, but there's quite a few people overpaid. There's people who are underpaid too. Anyway, here we go.
That he should be getting.
Yeah. And let me be clear. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be making that kind of money. What I'm saying is that relative to other players and other players' production, there are people who are making more money than what their statistics would indicate they're deserving of. And then there's also players who are making less money than what their statistics would make it appear as if they were deserving of. That's all I'm saying here. But I did not know he's making 47 million. Umar, that right there just proves Umar, he don't know what he's talking about. Let's go.
Yes, he got the Eastern Conference Finals MVP.
Okay, well, what else you want him to do, goofball? Up here looking all smoked out. I mean, real talk, you looking cracked out. I don't mean to say it like that because that's real hardcore, but real talk, we used to say it. He looking cracked out.
But that's because they had no choice. So before you start defending your slave master, I need you to listen to the reasoning.
What do you mean they don't have no choice? What is he talking about? This guy. What is he talking? This guy, anyway, this is who said it earlier. It's perfectly stated. All of this is to fit his narrative. That's all it is. It's the Snow Bunny thing, because he's gonna come back to it, right?
Pascal Siakam is a bunny hopper?
Yeah, 47 million per year. That's what I got, right? Did I misstate it? Let me just check one more time. Because I always look, I'm a stats guy, and that includes like contracts and stuff. So 189.5 million per year, and we're going to divide that by 4 years because it's a 4-year contract. Yeah, 47.37. Okay, we'll just go with $47.25 million a year. That's how much Siakam is making. Yeah, let's go.
Is Pascal Siakam a bunny hopper? Can someone
What's
please
up, T.
confirm
Jones? Shout out T. Jones.
if Pascal Siakam is a bunny hopper?
Now I'm about to go look right now.
Thank you, Deanna Fire, my beautiful brown sugar queen. Thank you, Deanna. Yes,
he's
without
not married
Pascal
right now.
Siakam, they're not in the NBA Finals. But he doesn't get any credit because he's a dark-skinned continental African. I'm only pointing out the racism in the NBA.
Yeah, I don't see nothing. It's showing this one lady, but she looks more like, I don't know. She don't look like she's white to me, but that's not his wife, is it? Oh, wait, no, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Well, it's saying is he married. He's a Cameroonian basketball player. He has played. It doesn't say anything that he's married though. Yeah, he has not announced that he is married. However, he has been in a romantic relationship with Bianca Adrescu since 2019. Okay, well let's look up Bianca Adrescu. Bianca Vanessa Adrescu is a Canadian professional tennis player. She has been ranked. Yeah, she looked white to me. I don't know. I don't want to call it one way or the other, but this is going to really make it difficult for Umar. She looked white to me. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong. No, that's her. She's a tennis player. Yep. She almost looks like she could be from Spain or something like that. I'm gonna look a little bit more at this. Let me let this go.
Are you sure Pascal is a bunny hopper? I agree, black is black. Tyrese Halliburton is an African. That's not my point. My point is because he comes from a white.
Her home country is Romania. She's Romanian. Oh, well, sorry, Umar. You can't use that now. She's Romanian.
Mother, and he's mixed race. He's getting more attention than my dark-skinned brother, Pascal Siakam. Black is black. Tyrese Halliburton is my brother in the race, if he identifies full-time as a black man. I don't know if that's true or not. But if Tyrese
What in the world is it?
Full-time as a black man, I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah.
But if Tyrese Halliburton identifies.
You see that tree trying to tell him to get his ass up out of there? He said, we tired of hearing your bullshit. They dropped the tree dropping shit on him.
Black is black. Tyrese Halliburton is my brother in the race, if he identifies full-time as a black man. I don't know if that's true or not.
Y'all see this? He got shit dropping on his head.
The point is because he comes from a white mother and he's mixed race, he's getting more attention than my dark-skinned brother, Pascal Siakam. Black is black. Tyrese Halliburton is my brother in the race, if he identifies full-time as a black man. I don't know if that's true or not. But if Tyrese Halliburton identifies full-time as a black man, he is my brother in the
Y'all see stuff falling on his head?
race, as Pascal Siakam is my brother in the race. But what I'm pointing out, because Snow Bunny Halliburton comes from a Caucasian woman.
Yeah, no, but Pascal Siakam, guys, based upon your words, Umar, Pascal Siakam got a bunny hopper, is a bunny hopper too. Hit the one. And then listen, I'm not into all that. A woman is a woman. Don't make no It don't make me no difference. That's just a bunch of bullshit. But that's Umar with the race baiting stuff and the colorism stuff. But see, Umar, he tries to spin this narrative to start that Halliburton has a white girlfriend or a wife. So basically he's a bunny hopper. But guess what? Siakam has one too. Umar didn't know that. See, what he's trying to do is to spin this narrative where there's this opposition between, or conflict in essence, between this Halliburton, who's lighter skinned and whose mama is white and daddy's black, and this so-called African Siakam, who's dark skinned, even though Siakam got a white girlfriend. See, Umar, he's something else. He really is. That's what you call a master manipulator. Let's go, because we halfway through this. We got to get going. Here we go. Thank you. Shout out to Good Court Chat. Undefeated. Black Wolf says Umar's whole narrative is that we still live in 1920s America and every aspect of society is out of black folks' control, just scare, taxes, and control. Yeah, it's the victim mentality. A lot of what he talks about, in fact, a lot of what he perceives to be his black leadership and what he aspires to become is rooted out of people from the 1920s, 1910s, 1900s and shit. It's antiquated. And no, it's not the same. In 2020, it's not the same as 1920, people. But Umar wants to spin this narrative about every aspect of society is against black people and global white supremacy is a behemoth. And it's a juggernaut that we can never overcome. And therefore, be afraid. And he's the solution. But then guess what? You have to adhere to the perpetual victim mentality. That's some backward shit. You'll never be successful in life to any level of significance if you hold on to that mentality, where you think that no matter what, there's nothing that you can do and that everyone's out to get you. And no matter what, because you're black, you just... That's the narrative that Umar spins. And then on top of that, there's an admixture of colorism. Sure, he wants to make it seem like these quote unquote light-skinned blacks, they're part of the problem too, to some degree, because they may not identify as being fully black like this African. Siakam don't give a shit about you, Umar. Only reason why you talking about him is because he's African. He a bunny hopper too, lo and behold. Goofy. He ain't worrying about your ass living in your mama closet, drinking BBL smoothies, as you say. Goofy. But Umar, as a master manipulator, he'll use any type of situation, including this one, which makes no sense, to try to spin this particular narrative. That's Umar. But that's what you call a master manipulator. And it's not upward bound either for black people. It's just shit talking. That's what it is. Umar, he's a professional shit talker. That's what he do. And he creates these whole fake ass narratives. And it also is divisive too, because he's pitting quote unquote what he calls biracials against so-called Africans who are full, now we shut them in. Anyway, we leave right there. Thanks, Black Wolf. Norman, how's it going? Norman says Umar needs to open a smoothie shop. he was gonna do one anyway. I could pull it up and play it for you. He said he was going to do that back in 2019. Don't make me pull it up, y'all. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Umar needs to open a smoothie shop and sell all flavors he talks about so much. King Kong smoothies, butter pecan, and brown sugar top sellers. Daily grifter specials on Friday. 2 for $99. Y'all want me to pull it up? Listen, Norman, he already proposed this back in 2009. I kid you not, he proposed this back in 2019. Let me see if I already covered this inside of my notes so that I could just pull it up this month. Let me see. You think I'm playing too? He's like, no, he did. No, he did. Here, matter of fact, what I'll do, I'll pull up the video and let it play, then I'll find the timestamp. I was trying to find Umar when his head got real big. I think that was in 2017. But we'll skip over that. Maybe someone will remind me tomorrow. Let's go to February of 2019. You think I'm making this up? I'll kid you not. Watch. Yeah, I just got to find the timestamp. Hold on one second.
An expert. Live feed. So you'll be able to go to my Facebook, Dr. Umar Ifatunde, my Instagram people.
Anybody remember this? Hit the
Make
one.
sure you go to Dr. In Connecticut. If you live in Pennsylvania, an integral part of the Marcus Garvey Mid-Atlantic movement, and you live in Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, you have the opportunity of getting a jump start and being a part of my movement by bringing your resume to one of those 2 lectures that I will be holding in the next 10 days. If you live in Delaware, there will be a private family meeting in Delaware. Text me for that. Now, for those of you who want to know about the Bronx lecture, the Bronx lecture will be at St. Helena's Church. The Bronx lecture will be at the St. Helena's Church Sunday, February the 17th at 5 p.m. Sunday, February 17th, 5 p.m. Doors open up at 4. All children free, all elders. Get those resumes in. Now, let me clarify something, brothers and sisters. I need to say something that's very important now.
Excuse me.
I need to say something that is very important now. Well, first of all, don't go packing up, moving to Delaware, expecting a job because FDMG Team Pan African shirt like the one I'm wearing. I need to be able to send you their name and address and you can ship it for me. If there's anyone within the Mid-Atlantic movement, if there's anyone within those 6 states who can help Dr. Umar drop ship my merchandise, send me a text message, please. Better yet, show up in the Bronx or Connecticut. I need help. I cannot do this on my own, but I need people I can trust because I don't have any friends. I cannot do this on my own, but I need people I can trust because I don't have any friends. I don't have any friends. I have associates. I have fellow organizers, fellow revolutionaries, but a friend, I have my mother.
See that right there? That's so telling. This video, Norman, is from February of 2019. It goes to show you the enmeshment issues that I've spoken about. And this is a primary example. It's actually quite sad. Umar, he's in his own apartment at this time, but he was evicted out of here, I want to say 6 months later. And then he started living inside of his mother's closet about a year after that, or less than a year after that, the following year. And then he was living in and out of motel rooms, and he still stays with his mother when he can. But again, this is someone at this time in 2019 who was 44 years old roughly, and he sees his mother as his only friend. Meanwhile, he had 2 daughters, or excuse me, he had 2 daughters plus another child he doesn't claim. He's created 3 baby mamas, and he's not even an active participant in any of his children's lives. So this goes to show you the enmeshment issues with Umar. I'm still trying to find a timestamp. We'll find it.
Okay. And I don't want pity either, because I think having no friends have helped me save my life. Okay. I need some people I can trust. So don't come to me on no friend shit, because I ain't got no friends. Okay. When I was up in Harrisburg, almost none of you came to support me. This fundraiser, this money was raised by the same people donating over and over again. A lot of you never gave a penny, but now you want to jump all in my face to be part of my move. Some of you was co-signing my haters. Some of you were co-signing. You do drop ship, Lori Cozart? Send me a text, Lori. Lori, send me a text if you can drop ship, baby. 215-989-985. I need some drop ship. I need to send you all my merchandise, and you drop ship, and you charge me what you charge me. Dr. Umar, I'm going to charge you $100 a month plus $1 for every product or whatever you want to do. Also, the African Guards of Garvey. If you are serious about security, we need a security force for Team Pan African. When we have the grand opening of the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, Team Pan African headquarters, we need a suited and booted security team. So if there's any brothers and sisters who are serious about security for Team Pan African, NIBPA, FDMG, and the Mid-Atlantic Marcus Garvey movement, please get at me. Please get at me. The date and location for Connecticut is Saturday, February the 23rd at the Whitneyville Common Sanctuary. At the Whitneyville Common Sanctuary, 4 o'clock. Let me keep on going. I'm excited. I'm excited, brothers and sisters. I'm excited because I believe that the Nat Turner eclipse of August the 21st, 2017, along with the energy of the Haitian Revolution and visiting the hometown of Toussaint L'Ouverture in Benin, and I believe visiting Kemet in Ethiopia this past summer, I believe all of those ancestral energies came together in 2019. This is not a coincidence, to deliver us our first.
Yeah, I don't have this in my notes. I haven't actually gone through this one. And I mean, I've taken notes on it. That's why I can reference what's in it. But I haven't actually gone into the timeline, in my timeline here, and worked through it, taking notes step by step. I'm surprised that I haven't done that yet. So I'm going to skip through and find it. It's going to take a minute, though. Here we go.
Totally black owned. Because those who show up with that resume, last summer, I believe all of those ancestral fighting over a all-male in the house right now. Y'all gonna have to come and do some major work. Risha Oshun is, I'm hoping we have an electrician or some for the material. I'm hoping HVAC. I need HVAC. Somebody drives down Ifa Tunde Boulevard. They are red, white, and blue. There's nothing we can do. The Honorable Nat Turner in of 1920. That's when the Honorable building restored, and to have the school opened in 6 months. It is impossible. So the start date is being pushed back one summer to August the 20th of 1920. We celebrate 100 years of the red, black, and green flag, August of 2020. August of 1920, that's when the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey chose the red, black, and green. August of 2020, the red, black, and green flag turns 100 years old. That's when we're going to open the school. That's when we're going to open the school. But this is what I want to do. I want to open the building for you to come and see it. Also, brothers and sisters, something, brother. So I want to get down with you. Is still guilty. What do you mean? How in the hell in FDMG Academy? And these are going to be beautiful. These are going to be beautiful. You are investing in this is not a for-profit. Saving African children is, I'm not going to make that public right this moment. I forgive my haters, but you're not invited. I forgive my haters, but you're not invited. Also, for all my donors, I want you to know that at some point soon, you will be given a certificate. Just like Marcus Messiah Garvey had the Black Star Line, since we are also incorporating FDMG in Delaware, just like Marcus Garvey incorporated the Black Star Line in Delaware, you will be getting a stock certificate. Okay? You don't get a return because we're investing in our children. This is not a for-profit business, okay? This is not a for-profit. Saving African children is not a for-profit business, but you will be given a stock certificate because you are a spiritual stockholder. You are a spiritual stockholder in the success of the Frederick Douglass Market.
Okay, that's nuts. He's a con man. Okay, I think it's coming up right here. Here we go.
Just like we did in Marcus Garvey's day. And you can hang it up in your barbershop, hang it up in your business, hang it up in your house, hang it up in your study, and you can say, that's my certificate because I support Dr. Umar, and I support independent education, and I support the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. And these are going to be beautiful. These are going to be beautiful. You are investing in our future, brothers and sisters. Also, if you live in Delaware, Dr. Umar wants to open up my very own Black conscious sports bar, non-alcoholic. Let me say it again. Dr. Umar Johnson wants to open up his very own non-alcoholic Black conscious sports bar. In other words, I need to find a building in Delaware that I can buy, and I want to get it renovated. And I basically want to have 3 levels. I want to have a restaurant level. I want to have a bookstore level. And I want to have a video social level where you can come for lunch, get you that Marcus Garvey salad, give you that Frederick Douglass wrap, get that Henry Highland Garnett smoothie.
See, Norman, this was back in 2019.
Get that Sojourner Truth burger, vegan burger, and go up to the top level. And
he said a Sojourner Truth burger.
You can kick back and watch some Dr. Clark. You can kick back and watch some Claude Anderson. You can click back and watch some Dr. Umar Johnson. You can kick back and watch some El Haj Malik El Shabazz. Or you can go down to the bookstore and get you a nice magazine and read that. I need
the
Dr. Papa Black Consciousness non-alcoholic sports bar. I want to build that not too far from the school, brothers and sisters. Who with me right now? I want to know who is really with me. Who been with me since day one? Who never spoke out against Dr. Umar? That's who I want. I want the ones who went hard. I want the ones who be around 100 haters and said, y'all can say what y'all want. That's my brother, and I will rock with him until the end of time.
You see, anyway, Norman, he proposed this back in 2019. Hey, Carolyn, how you doing? Carolyn Dukes. I want to give a shout out to Carolyn Dukes, one of the old OGs. Yeah, Umar got mad at Carolyn a long time ago too. he probably blocked you. He blocked me, Carolyn. He blocked me. He finally blocked me. I was so hurt by that. Much love to Carolyn Dukes inside the building. Everyone get shout out to Carolyn. Yeah, so Norman, thanks for the super chat, but I just want to outline. I know you were joking, but the thing is that Umar's already proposed this, and it goes to show you, mental state with this guy. He comes up with all kinds of stuff. Nothing ever comes into fruition. But this is what you call head movies. And I remember when we first covered this, like this guy, we were laughing so hard. It's just ridiculous. See, this is someone that in 2000, that same year, the video that we were just watching, that same year he gets evicted. So he don't have money. So where's he going to come up with the money? He needs to start renovations on these abandoned buildings in 2019, right? When he purchased them in February. But he doesn't start renovations for a year and a half because he didn't have any money. So why is he talking about getting another building? What are you talking about? See? But again, with Umar and his imagination, he's out there, way out there. And he proposes stuff that sounds so ridiculous. It's funny, but it goes to show you where his mental health is at, his mental state. The thing is that what you're proposing here, he proposed it back in 2019. And that's not the only time he's talked about it, because there's another, but let me see if this is it right here. He's actually brought this up several times, and I have this one inside of my notes. Let me see what he says here. It may be relevant or it may not be, but we're going to find out right there. Let's see.
Memphis, Tennessee, I'm going to see you Saturday. Bring them donations with you. Memphis, Tennessee, I'm going to see you Saturday. Bring them donations with you. This is the Prince of Pan Africanism live at the Fred Douglass Marcus.
Yeah, see, he needed money real bad right here. This was 2019. By this time, he's homeless.
The academy, your academy, our academy. Get the donations in. It's not a game. It's now or never, family. It's now or never. We want to open.
See the desperation?
Open up the school August of 2020. What we going to do? What we going to do?
Sad.
And then right here, we're going to turn this into a community center. This is going to be a community center right here. That's going to be the community center. You understand? Nat Turner, Jean-Jacques Dessalines Community Center. And then the fourth building down the street, I think we're going to turn that into the Unapologetically African Conscious Cafe and Sports Bar.
See, now it's a different name now, but it's still the same concept. See what I'm saying, Norman? Yeah, the video we watched before, that was from February. This is from October. But by this time, Umar, I mean, you can tell he's just in a really bad place. He's so desperate for money, not for renovations, not to open up a smoothie shop, but because he needs the money to get to the plug. See, right here, this is Umar withdrawal. Like, it's very clear to me.
Unapologetically African Conscious Cafe and Sports Bar. No, we won't be selling alcohol. It'll be all non-alcoholic drinks at the Unapologetically African Cafe and Sports Bar. You feel me? Where you could come get some wholesome food, get some Pan-African books, because we only selling Pan-African books. If it ain't Pan-African, we don't want it. We're not interested in that other shit. It's only Pan-African around here. RBG all day. So get them donations in, family. All right? We not playing. Get the donations in. I just picked up 40 pieces of donation mail today. 40 pieces of donation mail today. Thank you to all.
Yeah, he needed money bad. Thanks, Norman, for the super chat. He needed money so bad right here. Yep, he was homeless by this time. Yep, but again, that's his own doing. All right, let's get back to the video for today. We'll start winding this down. I want to thank everyone for tuning on in. We're 2 hours and 13 minutes. We did good on time. We're at 393 likes. Doesn't look like we're going to get to 500, but if you are enjoying the live stream, we got 900 people in the building, and you haven't hit that like button yet, go ahead and hit that like button. Maybe we can get it up to 500 before we close out. If we get to 500, I'll play California Love Umar's rendition of it, which is atrocious. But I'll pull that up and play that for you guys. Thank you everyone for tuning on. Thanks to the mods too for handling the business. Thanks to everyone who sent in super chats, or if you send in super stickers, thank you so much. I also have Cash App and PayPal links listed in below for this description of this video. I want to thank everyone too who sent in PayPal and super Cash Apps yesterday for yesterday's live stream. I want to thank you guys for that too as well. Okay. All right, let's get back to the video. Here we go.
Because he's light-skinned, he's getting all the attention, even when he's outplayed by Pascal Siakam. I'm not going to over-explain myself because I know some of you ninjas are absolutely married to the white power structure. So I'm not going to over-explain. I understand what I'm dealing with. I understand that I'm dealing with a type of coon. In fact, we have a Terminator coon. This new coon.
What is he talking about? Boston man, thank you for that information. I'm not going to repeat it here, sir. But Boston man explained some things to me. I got you. I don't know. I didn't figure it. I would never figure that out. I got you though. Thanks, bro.
We have the worst coons we've ever had in the history of America. I didn't miss he won the MVP, and I don't know what that has to do with my argument, but because y'all so politically uneducated and so married to the success of white supremacy, I've never seen a group of Negroes like the ones we got now.
Oh, yeah, Boston, I'm going to try to find that skit too. Hold on.
Never seen a group of Negroes. We will fight and die on the sword of white supremacy. We will fight and die on the sword of white supremacy. I don't like that guy. What's the guy with the long nose who got the show with Chris Broussard? Nick Wright. I don't like Nick Wright.
I like him.
Nick Wright be making disrespectful comments about black athletes under his breath.
No, he don't.
Long nose Nick Wright, I don't like him.
Why you gotta talk
Long
about
nose Nick Wright, I don't like him. He be making a lot of disrespectful comments under his.
Yeah, but he also has a black wife too, by the way, Umar. You don't have no black wife. You don't have a wife at all. And he got a black son too. Nick Wright is cool. He's real cool. That's my favorite show, sports show, is him with it's Nick Wright and what's his name? I can't remember his name right now. He from New York. But that's my favorite sports show. Anyway, Umar, you tripping.
Breath about black athletes. But here's what I want to
sure
say
do.
about the NBA. Don't you find it interesting that most of the commentators in the NBA, in the NFL, are white people?
You don't like Nick Wright? I like Nick Wright. He come a long way because he was a goofy when he first came up there. Yeah, Kevin Wilde's on there. He's funny. He's kind of goofy. But then what's his name? Yeah, Chris Broussard. Chris Broussard is real good. I like him. He's come a long way too. That whole show came a long way. Anyway.
Why are most of the NBA commentators white people? Ramona Shelburne ain't never played in the NBA.
So what? She's one of the best sports basketball commentators on the planet. What are you talking about, Umar? You ain't ever played in the NBA, goofy. Up here looking like a pookie that fell out the tree. You know them pookies before pookies are known to fall out trees, y'all. Y'all know that, right? Don't nobody know what they be doing up in them trees, but they'll just fall right off the tree. That's Umar.
Brian Windhorst ain't never played in the NBA.
Yeah, you're right about that.
You got all these young black sports commentators out here in the whole sport.
Umar, will you stop puckering your lips? It's not manly. I wouldn't have said that normally, but you blocked me, bro. Why you block me? Umar blocked me, y'all. It's for those y'all who came late. He blocked me on Instagram. Why you got to do me like that, Umar? First you called me a booty bandit. Then you said come on. You so mean. But still, stop puckering your lips, sir. I was gonna say son, but no. Pookie puckering his lips. He looked bad. Boy, this guy, he looked bad. But that's your fault, Umar. You can't blame. No, how you gonna collect millions of dollars and then turn yourself into a pookie? That's your fault. You can tell by his eyes too; they all sunk in. SH Play 2 says Umar gaslighting his audience. Yeah, but that's what Umar does. That's part of the narcissism. He gaslights all the time. And see, you notice that when people start coming, because some people in the comment section, they brought up, I know during that live, because he saw the comments, they brought up how Nick Wright has a, not Nick Wright, we were talking about this before, how Pascal Siakam has a white girlfriend. But you see, Umar, he just totally gaslights that. Like it doesn't exist, it's irrelevant, and that's not, but you guys, that's not even the point that I'm saying. No. That was the point that he was trying to make. Okay, he was trying to go at Halliburton because Halliburton is a quote-unquote snow bunny hopper or whatever, a bunny hopper. See? But as soon as people bring up the fact that Siakam has a white girlfriend, which is, I don't really care. It don't make me no difference. Let people do what they're going to do. Umar, he totally gaslights that, but that's what Umar does. And gaslighting is wherein you force, you lie and you manipulate a person into where they think reality is something different than what they know reality to be. And that's what Umar, he does that a lot. He does that a whole lot. It's part of the narcissism, but it's also part of him being a master manipulator. He did that when he did the interview with the sister, the Ethiopian sister. He was gaslighting her too. Yeah, he does that. Thanks, SH Play 2 for the super chat. Let's keep going here. We got to start winding this down. I appreciate it.
Sports narrative is being covered by Caucasians and ain't nobody saying nothing about it. And then they just hired this Indian gentleman. No disrespect to the East Indian people. No disrespect to the East Indian people. Nick Wright got a black wife. No way. No.
Yes, he does, Umar. Cut it out. Here he go. He probably gonna gaslight this too. Watch.
Time out. This shit is getting out of. Did you just say Nick Wright with the long nose got a black wife? Can somebody
Stop talking about his nose like that, Umar?
confirm? Can somebody confirm that Nick Wright? Yeah, that guy Shams. He can't even talk.
Yes, he can. What are you talking about? He does a good job. T. Jones says, I have been here a minimum of 53 months. and FDMG is still childless. Yeah. Not one black child has been educated to date. And see, Umar is not even up there, T. Jones, up at these abandoned buildings. It looks like he's up at these, but no, he's someplace else. That's not up there in Wilmington, Delaware. He's someplace else. He don't even be up there looking all smoked out. You know it's bad when you're not at your kicking spot and you're looking smoked out. Right? Not one black child's been educated. You're right. Thanks, T. Jones, for being a member for 53 months. I appreciate it. That's probably the record. Thank you. Derek says, Pookie principle. Yeah, Umar is a Pookie principle. I shouldn't be laughing. I shouldn't joke about that. I mean, it is what it is too. Okay, I shouldn't be saying it, but he's a Pookie, you know. And I'm not gonna get up here and lie about it, and I'm not gonna lie on him. But he's a straight up Pookie, and that's why he's up here. He done fell out the tree. Okay? Thanks, Derek. Excuse me for the super chat. I appreciate it. All right, let's keep going. Here we go.
And he's a senior NBA reporter, Shams.
He looks like a banana that's been peeled and left in room temperature. Yeah, Umar fell out the banana tree. You fell out the banana tree this month. All right, thanks, Lewis. Like, thanks. Let's keep going. You know what's funny too, though, is Umar's talking all this talk, but who is the preeminent sports for the NBA? And really, for the NBA, and we can just say for ESPN, Sports Network, who's the preeminent guy? It's Stephen A. Smith. Well, he's black, right? Well, Umar, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? It could be argued that the top two are there. That it's. I'm talking about. Well, yes, it's about to be ESPN too, but I'm talking about just in the NBA sports. The top two is Stephen A. Smith and Charles Barkley. So what about that, Umar? See? But he's not even going to address it. I already know it. Okay, looking like a banana. Thanks, Lewis. Like, here we go.
He can't even. How did Shams become a senior NBA? How did Brian Windhorst become? How did Ramona Shelburne?
Look at Ramona Sherborne. She's one of the best out there. I don't know what he's talking about. She covers the Lakers extensively. Umar, you tripping?
Where are they getting these Caucasians to report on a black sport?
Yeah, there is
black athletes, black sport. What's going on, brothers and sisters?
What's up, Black Mario?
Nick Wright has a black wife.
Yeah, he's jealous.
Can somebody text me a picture? She better not be 5'5".
Here he go. Now he gonna disrespect his wife. Umar, you sick. He got to turn it. He got to take it to the Freakoff talk. Watch.
She better not be 5'5", thick in the thigh. Oh my good, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is absolutely. We got to stop the bunny hop.
What?
We got to stop the bunny hop. This is getting ridiculous. Nick Wright is a racist and he got a black wife. This is insane.
He's not a racist.
This is insane. They promoting East Indians over black people in the NBA structure. White people who never played a sport a day in their life. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Brothers and sisters, this is why we got the mental health conference.
Look who's talking, this lunatic. What's he doing? He getting something else to eat?
I got me a salad today.
A salad? Whatever you said.
I got me a salad today. I'm going to eat me a salad today, ladies.
This salad got boiled egg, croutons, and boiled egg. Anyway.
Got me a nice King Kong salad.
This guy, is it all on the ground? Please tell me it's not on the ground.
Got me a nice King Kong salad.
Please, it has to be. He has his smoothies on the ground and his food on the ground too. Damn. Did y'all see this? Yeah, Craig, he had them boiled egg. Umar had the boiled egg and the croutons and for the salad. Yeah, that food was on the ground. At least it looked like it to me. Maybe I'm tripping one more time because I don't want to be misstating stuff, but it looked like it was on the ground.
Brothers and sisters, this is why we got the mental health conference.
Yeah, he's done this before. There you go.
I got me a salad today. I got me a salad today.
Yeah, it is. It's on the ground. Damn. This guy. So filthy.
I'm going to eat me a salad today, ladies. Got me a nice King Kong salad.
Yeah, it's just filthy. SH Play 2 says, as you say all the time, Umar is jealous of their success. Two just means it's Muse second channel. No need to say that. Oh, okay. I apologize. Yeah. Oh, so SH Play. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Umar, he's jealous of other people who are success. And see, the thing is that he's jealous of anyone who's more successful than he is, but the truth is that he's had so little success that it puts him in a position where he basically criticizes anyone who's had any levels of success because it's more than likely that they've had more success than he has. You see what I'm saying? And he attacks people over and over again. In fact, most of his talking points, he's disrespecting, berating, and demeaning other black people, including Halliburton for that matter. See, based upon Umar's logic, Halliburton would be black, right? But he goes at him because why? Because he's light-skinned or lighter skinned, I should say, and he has allegedly has a white girlfriend. I don't know. I haven't looked into all that. But that's why Umar, he wants to attack a Halliburton, not because of some statistical thing. It has more to do with jealousy. I'm gonna tell you, I think SH, but I think Umar wants a white woman. I think he's jealous of black men who have white women. I know some people are like, no, that doesn't make any sense. No. But just because Umar says that, again, Umar, he has rules for black people, but he doesn't follow those rules himself. And I'll propose that if Umar could openly be in a relationship with a white woman, he would do it. I have a video SH play where Umar, he's complimenting, he's trying to run game on this white woman. Don't make me pull it up. He's trying to run a game on this white woman. She was a waitress at this restaurant. He says, hey, girl, gorgeous. That's what he said to the white woman. And then he takes his phone, and while she's taking his order, like he does the pervert he is, he puts it on her backside. Do I need to pull it up? See, this is, Umar is secretly, he wants a white woman. And that's okay. I already told people like a couple months ago, Umar, go and get you a big white woman. Get one of them from down there in Tennessee or something like that. They cook a rib, make a succotash. Know how to fry the chicken up the right way. Go on and get one. Listen, if Umar did, I wouldn't even listen. Would I say something about it? Yeah. but would I hold it against him? No, I ain't gonna hold it against the brother. If he want him a white woman, Umar gonna get you a white woman. Want to drive you around because you ain't got a car? She let you sleep in her closet. You don't have to sleep in your mama's closet no more. What kind of man? Listen, real talk though, SH Play. He desires a white woman. That's why he goes so hard about this. And so when he sees these black male athletes who are making crazy money, they're athletic. He's never been athletic. He's jealous about every damn thing, including the money that they making, who they sleeping with. So yeah, he's jealous of these young black athletes. That's why he goes there. But he's jealous about everybody. And he takes shots at people over and over again because he's a failure. And this is supposed to be a black leader. This is supposed to be y'all's principle. But this is how Umar behaves. This is how he acts. And he does it consistently. That's what I've said it many times before. If Umar was a white man and talked the same way that Umar talked, black people be like, this guy's a racist. But Umar gets a pass because he's black. But if you listen carefully to his rhetoric, most of the time he's talking shit about black people. And he takes extra shots at black men who are successful, who have had white women. Why would that matter? What matters to Umar, because that's what he secretly desires. He desires levels of success, and he desires that he wants that vanilla wafer. I'm sorry, I shouldn't do that. But he wants that vanilla wafer cookie. That's what it comes down to. And if tomorrow Umar came out with a white woman, I would talk about it. I would, but I wouldn't hold it against him. Okay, because that's what he really wants. That's okay. Woman's a woman. Umar, just get a big one. That's what you need. You want them big ones, and go on and settle down. You could bring them up to your mama closet, Anyway, thanks SH Thanks for the super chat. No, seriously though, I do believe that Umar, and all joking aside, I think he does desire a white woman. And listen, I could pull up the receipt they showed you. He was trying to get with one. She was at a restaurant. She was a waitress. I could pull it up and show it to you guys. Thanks SH Play for the super chat. I appreciate it. Okay. Let's start winding this down for sure. Lewis Suck says, don't people get tired of listening to the same thing? Brainwashing aside, I know his followers have heard this ad nauseum, and nothing's changed in your personal life. So why you still listen? Yeah, I know that's really a good question. I think for Umar, though, it's the entertainment value at the end of the day. I think a lot of people, they watch Umar because they know he's going to say something outlandish. And a lot of it is regurgitated stuff. But Umar, see, the thing about Umar is he's the ultimate clout chaser. See, Umar, he's always on social media. He's always perusing social media, that he's on social media looking for things, and he's looking for hot topic, whatever's the hot topic. And then if, in fact, let's say there's a particular hot topic that everyone's talking about, and he gets on the Breakfast Club at that time, he makes sure he talks about that hot topic. Or if he does a rant like this rant, he's trying to do, because the NBA is going on, it's the final, so he has to tap into, try to racialize it on some level because he wants to spin these false narratives. Right. So he's very crafty in those regards. He's a social media influencer, and he knows that if I pick these hot topics, and so the message is pretty much the same. It's just he's targeting different people. He'll go after Shannon Sharp. Then he'll go after Stephen. I don't really like Stephen A. Smith, but he'll go after Stephen A. Smith. Then he goes after Charles Barkley. Then he'll go after anybody, just think of anybody that he's gone after over the years. The comedian, I can't remember his name right now, of Harvey. So he's very, it's the same bullshit that he's saying, but he just targets different people over again. It's the ultimate form of clout chasing, and people look for that. You know, they're looking for him to say the next crazy thing about someone who's far more successful than he is. It reminds me of when he got on the Breakfast Club and he started going in on Naomi Osaka, who's a tennis player, young lady too. And in my mind, I thought about this, like, what kind of man does that and uses that platform, that wide-reaching platform, to disparage this young lady like that? Meanwhile, she's having mental health issues. He's supposed to be a school psychologist. You guys remember that? She took time away from the sport for mental health reasons. See, but Umar doesn't think about how that's going to impact anybody else. He just knows that it's a hot topic issue, so he wants to go ahead and bring it up, and he wants to basically criticize these people who are far more. She's more successful in 1 month in her career as a as a tennis player, as a tennis star, in point of fact, than Umar has been in his whole life. And what I'm saying is that for her to achieve what she has achieved in tennis over the course of even a month is more than what Umar has achieved in whatever field he's supposed to be associated with. I guess school psychology, and he has in his whole life. And yet he takes any and every opportunity to attack successful people who are far more successful than he is. And a lot of it has to do with Umar's jealousy of these people, because he recognizes that they're getting more attention than he is, that they're more successful than he is, and he always wants to be the center of attention. It's a narcissism. I'm going to say this real quick, Louis. If y'all go back to early Umar, the person that he attacked overwhelming, and it's probably still the case today, the person he's attacked the most is Barack Obama. I'm not into politics. See, people vote whoever you want to. Don't make me no difference. But why did he go at Barack Obama? So in every interview, he's talking shit. Every interview, Barack Obama far more successful than Umar. Come on, cut it out. This guy still, Umar 50, living in mama closet, looking like a pookster out here in front of trees up here talking crazy. See? But why did he go so hard at Barack Obama? Well, he went so hard at Barack Obama because Barack Obama reached a level in terms of society here in the United States of America, which is the apex, is the president of the United States of America, and he was black. That's what Umar wants. But he can't have it because he's a pookster and a con man and a deadbeat. See? But he would go on campaigns to attack, and I'm talking about over and over again. You guys be amazed at the kind of stuff he was saying about Barack Obama. It's far beyond the scope, and so with so much animus. Why? Why the animosity? See? And vitriol. Why to that degree? Well, because Umar wants to see, he wants himself to be perceived to be the quote unquote president of Black America. And he used to do videos where he was, I kid you not, hit the one. He was doing video where it was the state of the address for Black America as if he was the president. See? So I think for his followers, some of them, they know he's full of shit, but they watch him anyway because it's entertainment. And Umar, he's very entertaining. He's funny. Sometimes he don't mean to be. He's a goofball too, and he's over the top crazy too, mentally speaking. But they enjoy that too. And some of them, they buy into the rhetoric where he's talking all this race baiting shit and global white supremacy and Black people, the perpetual victimhood mentality. There are people who buy into that shit. But I would propose that a lot of them, they don't. They just watch to see what the next craziest shit he's going to say. That's one thing we can say Umar's good for. He be running his mouth and saying some crazy shit. Okay? Thanks to a second for a super chat. Conscious snow. Yeah, Umar, go and get you a conscious snow bunny. They got those too. They had one in I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. You remember that movie, I'm Gonna Get You Sucker? They had a conscious snow bunny. But that one guy, he had a white woman, she had on dashiki and everything. Go and get one of those. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't think there'll be his followers, they would be upset. I'm sure they'd be upset about it, but a lot of them wouldn't care. And truth be told, I wouldn't care. If that's what Umar needs to be happy, Umar, go and get you a white woman. It's okay. It's okay. And then you won't have to turn into this Sambo character that every word out your mouth dealing with snow bunnies and interracial relations. That's all he talk about these days. You got real quick, we're going to get finished up. If you guys go back, because I've done the research, go back and listen to Umar. He wasn't talking like this back then. He was talking about the school to prison pipeline, ADHD, medication issues, the school to prison pipeline, this type of stuff. He don't really talk about that stuff these days. He's turned into a minstrel show. He's talking about snow bunny this, snow bunny crisis this, and who got a snow bunny and who don't, and blah, blah. Umar, what happened? See, what I think, Umar, is you've always desired that white woman. And it just comes out in a backwards way. You're always talking about it now. So, Umar, if you decided, I know you blocked me. I'm not going to hold it against you. I was hurt by it. You blocked me on Instagram. You know, I'm not going to hold it against you. But if you got yourself a white woman, I'll be supportive of that. As long as it's a positive relationship and you're not trying to just get her for the money or just simply to crush her cookies, but you're trying to commit and be a real man and a real husband, I will support you on that. Okay. Until such time, you know, you ain't nothing but a pookie scammer, cookie crushing. Let me stop. Thanks, SH Play 2 for the super chat. And I'm sorry, SH Play. Okay. What's up, Naeem? Naeem says the only thing that's more broken than his English are his promises, and he accuses someone else of not being able to talk. Yeah. Real quick on the promises thing, Naeem, in my notes, that's one thing I take copious notes, but the thing I focus on, one of the hot topics that I focus on is all the promises that Umar has made, literally hundreds of them. Hundreds of things he said he was going to do, and he never did any of them. I was thinking of putting a compilation, and there's no way that I can cover all of them, but a compilation. I mean, if I covered all of them, it'd be a couple of hours just covering all of the promises that Umar Johnson made and back-to-back clips of him making these promises and none of it coming to fruition. See, when I first started doing Umar videos back in the day, and I don't remember if you were around back then, but when I first started doing Umar Johnson content consistently, I was the title of the first video was "A Promise That Goes Unfulfilled Is Nothing More Than a Lie," because Umar has made, even at that point, had made so many promises and he didn't keep any of those promises, and that it turns into a lie. Well, if we look at all the promises that Umar has made as I'm running through all these notes and stuff, I mean, literally hundreds of them. It's potentially thousands of them, but I know I have hundreds, 400, 500 different promises. And I'm thinking of putting together a compilation. If it's not in a documentary, doing a side compilation just of promises of things that Umar said he was going to do that never came into fruition. Part of it is Umar makes these promises to get people riled up and thinking that somehow he's going to do things so that they would give him their support. See, even FDMG grand opening, every time he mentions grand opening, that's a promise. And he knows that if he says that it's going to open in 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, blah, 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 all 2025, now we're going to 2026, that people are going to support him because they feel like it's just around the corner and they're going to send him money. Okay, nothing ever comes into fruition. Again, we've been saying it more recently. Not one black child has been educated. Out of all of the money, millions of dollars Umar Johnson has raised, literally millions of dollars, all of the time that Umar has spent, all of the and it's wasted a lot of time too. All the times he's been up there at these abandoned buildings over the years. Again, he's not up there as frequently as he used to be. But the point is that not one black child has been educated. Well, that's another promise that has gone unfulfilled because the initial promise was to open up a school to educate black boys. That hasn't happened. Okay? Yeah, he promises all the time. Yeah, and then he talks down about other people. I think a lot of times Umar, he's just projecting. You know, he'll talk bad about other people, but he's really talking about himself. But that's Umar. He's known for that. Thanks, Naeem, for the super sticker. And then your kids will see this gifted a membership. Thank you so much for that too. If you guys can thank your kids will see this for gifting that membership, and whoever received that membership, make sure you take a moment to thank your kids will see this. Very kind of you, sir. I appreciate it. Or ma'am, I think it's sir. Okay, we're going to close this out now. Let's finish this up here, and we'll be back tomorrow. Get to the next video. We got quite a bit to get caught up on this week. I'm looking at Nick Wright too. His wife is real pretty too. He picked a good one, so good for him. And he also has his son. Yeah, she's real pretty. He has his son, their son, on his podcast from time to time as a co-host, which is really, really cool too. So shout out to Nick Wright. Okay, Umar, you ain't done nothing for your kids, clown. Look at it. Let's go. Yeah, thanks, guys, Little Princess, too. Thanks to the mob for handling business, too. I appreciate y'all.
First of all, if you are mixed race African, stop acting like you don't understand racism.
By the way, all black people here in the United States of America are quote unquote mixed race. If you want to accept race, the social construct, all of us are. So cut it out, Umar. It's ridiculous.
That is so disingenuous for a mixed race African to act like you don't understand racism. That is so disingenuous for a mixed race African to act like you don't understand.
Really quick, there is a poll question. Was Umar Johnson right for blocking me on Instagram? 58% said no. This is such a goofy poll, but I did it anyway. 42% said yes, over 1,000 votes. So thank y'all so much. We're at 466 likes. We may get to 500. We get to 500. I'll go ahead and play California Love, and I'll also play a very special show intro for you all before we do the outro. Okay, if we get to 500, I'd say no. Let's put this way: we get to 500, we'll do the California Love. If we get to 525, I'll play a special show intro that someone had requested via email. Okay, here we go.
Understand racism. The mixed race African understands racism more than the rest of us. Because you go home to the racists. You live with the racists. You're raised by the racists. Cut it out, mixed race Africans. Would my mixed race African brothers and sisters stop the bullshit, please? Will my mixed race African brothers and sisters please stop the bullshit? If you a mixed race African, that means you got a white mommy or white daddy. You know exactly what white supremacy is.
This guy, look at this guy. Boy, he's struggling big time. Umar Johnson. He's struggling big time. Yeah, SH Play, there should be a join button below these videos. It depends on what platform you're using. I mean, if you're using, let's say, a laptop or a Chromebook, whatever, it may be a little bit different, but in general, there should be a join button below these live streams or any of these videos that are archived here on YouTube. And that, again, you access to member content. We got like hundreds of videos, older Umar Johnson live streams up there. I want to say, I think it was 400 total videos or something like that. 260, I can't remember. But there's a whole bunch on there. Here we go.
You know exactly what white bigotry is. You know exactly what white privilege is because you live with them. See, when a white man and woman come outside, they got to put their face masks on for black people. They put their face masks on. But you go home to a white mother. You go home to a white father. They take the face mask off. You hear the N-word in your house. You hear the racial slurs in your house. You hear exactly what white people feel about black people in your house. So mixed race Africans, stop the cap. Mixed race Africans, will you please stop the cap? What we talking about today, we talking about the 2-day Black Mental Health Conference going down at the Riverside Arts Center in Ypsilanti, Michigan today and tomorrow. We're talking about the Black Mental Health Conference going down at the Riverside Arts Center in Ypsilanti, Michigan today and tomorrow. Today 6 to 9, tomorrow 2 to 6. Today 6 to 9, tomorrow 2 to 6. Today 6 to 9, tomorrow 2 to 6. That's what we're talking about. Riverside Arts Center, 76 Huron Street, Huron. Pull up. Pull up and pay at the door. Pull up. Bring the children, bring the elders, kings, queens, coons. Leave the bunnies at home, brothers and sisters. When you come into London.
Wasn't he just in London?
Y'all mad at me because I said the Haitian queen? Queen Corinne. Rainbow ganging is a mental illness.
Huh?
Rainbow ganging in the black community is mental illness. We got to talk about it, brothers and sisters.
Yeah, Kel, he blocked me.
I'm waiting for my invitation to my German Africans. I'm waiting for the invitation.
Everyone's sniffing. Yeah, this is a narrative that he's spinning, that the quote unquote mixed race parents, that the children who go home to the mixed race parents, that their, I guess, white parent would be calling them the N-word and all this kind of stuff. And they have to deal with racism and stuff. But yeah, someone also said, yeah, you heard you get called at least. Yeah, but people was calling well, anyway, it's true. Really? But Umar, he's trying to spin this whole narrative. Anyway.
Western Africans, I will see you soon.
Yeah, you know.
I don't identify with any organization that doesn't have the word Africa or African in the title, brothers and sisters.
Oh, okay, cool. Thanks, lady. All right, we got to 500 likes. Thank you guys so much. And so, you know, we gonna pull up California love.
Bells in front of bells, California dreaming. To the rest step of this bed, that nigga hoops is screaming. Did it from money and alcohol, the feed of the West Farm ball, and the jump, and so to the body, the rhythm God, the college, the champion. That's right. Like a slow jam. It's West Side, so you know that I'm bad down to no man. To the man, put it up, bomb beat from Dre. To the root of the leg. From Oakland to West Side. The back down. Show me love.
Damn. Every time I see it, I can't believe he keeps going. Tippy top of toe jam. He's at a club too. Remember he said he don't go to the club? He go to the club. Yeah. Thanks for becoming a member at SH Play. I appreciate it. All right. And let me just make sure, because we're almost done here. I just want to make sure I got to all. Yeah, okay. I got to all the super. I hope I didn't miss anyone way up above. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate the support. I want to thank the moms for handling business. Also, thanks to anyone who sent in CashApp or PayPal. I appreciate that as well. Super stickers. Thank you guys as well. Okay, so we're at the final stretch of this other video. We're going to view this, and we're going to close out this live stream. We will be back tomorrow with another live stream. Okay, we got to get caught up on all these Umar Johnson videos. I think I have 3 more other ones we got to get caught up on, unless he posted some more today. I don't know, because he blocked me on Instagram. He went to my Instagram page to block me, because Umar, why you do me like that, man? All these years, thought you was the homie. Pro-blacks, Pan-Africans are the only people on the planet who accept and believe that the white man is supreme. Yeah, the thing is that, and I've said this in the past, that the idea of black consciousness and in modern times, especially with the advent, I shouldn't even say it that way, as more and more black conscious social media influencers come onto the scene, what they really preach is not black, quote unquote, black power. They actually preach black disempowerment. That's what they teach. You know, it's all about, you know, how white people are oppressing them, and that, you know, everything is a struggle because of white people. So for no personal accountability, not looking at the self as being a source of power, as an individual who has the power to create a different reality for themselves. It's just about blaming other people. Now, is there racism? Yes, of course. Do we have to deal with it every single day? Yeah, we have to deal with it. Do we have to deal with it? Do I have to deal with it? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, but when you overstate it and it becomes overwhelming, it doesn't empower people. What it does is it disempowers people, in particular black people. And that's one of the biggest problems with the internet-based black leadership, if you will, and especially in the black conscious space. It's really what they're selling is black disempowerment. And there are people who they eat that up. But the thing is that if you accept that and it becomes part of your mentality, the perpetual victimhood, you're not going to be up or down, and your life isn't going to improve in the ways that it could. Right? It has less to do with what you think other people are doing to you, and it has more to do with what you are doing to you. See, and so it becomes like it becomes a self-inflicted prison system, because ultimately black people are therefore oppressing themselves with the mentality that they've adopted from people like Umar. And if they took that veil away and weren't oppressing themselves, self-imposed oppression, then they will see that they would have more power than they actually have. Then they won't feel as if they're always a perpetual victim. See, but that's the problem with Umar. But a lot of this comes, it's not that it didn't exist before the internet. It's just that it becomes more pronounced because you have people like Umar who can get online and they can preach this type of bullshit. And there are so many people who buy into it because it's easy. You know, it's easy to think that everyone's out to get you, or white people are all out to get you, and they're the reason why you're struggling in life. You know, they're the reason why, you can't be in a relationship. Okay, is it white supremacy the reason why Umar Johnson can't commit to a black woman? Is it white supremacy the reason why Umar can't be a father to his children? Is it white supremacy the reason why Umar is a deadbeat? Is it white supremacy, and that's the reason why Umar is sexually exploiting these black women? No, it ain't got nothing to do with that. It's Umar. But it's easier to just blame everything on everybody else. But it's also disempowering at the same time, because nothing's going to change for the better in your life because you don't see yourself as being the problem in the first place, let alone the solution. Again, I don't buy into that shit. I don't. Okay. And they overstate that shit, but it's on purpose. It's on purpose. There's a lot of people, they want to feel like they're the victim of everything and a solution to nothing. All right. Thanks, Seth. Your kids will see this. He checked his donation notebooks. You ain't done. Yeah, that's why Umar, he blocked. No, he didn't block. I don't know why. I don't understand why after all this time he finally decided to block me. I don't appreciate it. I don't know why he did it. I have no idea. It just doesn't make any sense. Okay. Did it hurt my feelings? Yeah, it hurt my feelings, but I will survive. Okay, I will survive. Thank you. Your kids will see this. Okay, let's finish this up. Here we go.
African-centered organization. I'm not too interested, to be honest with you.
He's about to snip.
No, I'm gonna call your ass a Neanderthal Nubian. There you go. We got Neanderthal Nubians out this mother.
Uh-oh, he mad. See, he's agitated. See him rubbing his belly? This is withdrawal. This is Umar withdrawal because he's out on the road. He can't get the fix from the plug that he normally gets when he's up there at FDMG. So he's very, not only does he look like he's smoked out, it's really his withdrawal. He's having withdrawal symptoms, but he's also very agitated. And that's why he's reacting this way. But you also see him self-soothing by rubbing his belly at the same time. Watch.
The Neanderthal Nubian. There you go. We got Neanderthal Nubians out this mother.
See him rubbing himself?
Neanderthal Nubian.
I mean, he really rubbing his belly. Damn. No, I don't. I don't be hurting Umar's. God, I don't be hurting Umar's feelings. Come on, don't say that. I don't want people to see me that way. Y'all think we're gonna have to do a poll next month. do I be hurt Umar's feelings? I don't hurt his feelings. Don't say that. I feel bad now. Maybe I do. I don't mean to. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to apologize. No, I don't. No, I don't, Seth. No. What I mean? What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean I mean? Come on, you guys. What do you mean? I don't. What do you guys say? What do you guys? I don't. No, I don't. I don't hurt his feelings. Do you guys really believe that? Oh my God. You guys are all turning on me. You guys are all taking Umar's side. I can't, even God's little princess. Oh my God. You guys are hurting my feelings. Come on now. I'm not mean to Umar. Come on. Sometimes I take it too far, but am I mean to Umar? We're going to have to do a poll tomorrow. Somebody remind me, the poll tomorrow is, am I mean to Umar? The Cookie Crush chat done turned on me. Oh, man, that's wild. Okay, let's finish this up before I faint. Dang, you guys. Here we go.
Beings, what kind of shit is this?
Oh, man.
Y'all like the baby Ifa Tunde, the baby AI? We got a baby Ifa Tunde movie coming out. You're going to laugh the whole time and you're going to learn.
Oh.
Who looking forward to the baby Ifa Tunde AI movie? Who looking forward to the baby?
Yeah, he's probably making this up because he's always making up shit. I remember he said he was going to have a comic book, a cartoon.
Ifa Tunde AI movie. Oh, yes. We got to raise funds for the Frederick Douglass. The baby Ifa Tunde AI movie. You're going to be crazy. I'm talking about everybody in there. I'm talking about everybody in the baby Ifa Tunde.
Am I going to be in it? I don't know. He wouldn't have me in it. He already blocked me.
Day movie. The queens got to come to me in pairs.
Here you go. We're almost done. Yeah, he don't talk about that movie. What was it called? Conscious Awaken, because we clown the shit out of him. Now, what we mean about that? Yeah, we was mean on that because that was some bullshit. I'm about to play it for you all just to be petty. Okay, it was called Conscious Awaken, which doesn't even make any sense. Conscience Awaken. Let me see if I can find this foolish. But see, because he was hype about it, but we clowned him on it. And after we clowned him on it, he was like, "Nah, we're not gonna release that to the public." Because we would have had a field day with that fool. If it ever, listen, anyone ever finds it, excuse me, send me a copy of it. I'll send you $200. I'll cash out you $200. It has to be a full copy. Here it go right here. Oh wait, no, this ain't it. This was an interview. That's not the one I'm looking for. Let's see. It was called, I thought it was, let me look under Awaken. It might have been Conscious Awakening. I can't remember. Okay, it's Conscience Awaken. This is from 2023. This is the trailer. I'll play the trailer for you. I'm going to turn it down because the music is off the chain. All right, here y'all go. And then we'll wind this show down. This show been wild today. Here we go.
Doctor of clinical psychology and certified school psychologist, activist, lecturer, leader, teacher, professor. The list goes on. Author of Psychoacademic Holocaust, the Special Education and ADHD Wars Against Black Boys. The one and only brother.
Peace and Black Power.
Make no mistake, Cleveland. Every time we put a child in special education, that school gets paid. Special education is a business.
Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt land. Tell Pharaoh.
I see your pan-Africanism in court.
Understand that the IEP is not an individual education plan. The IEP is an incarceration preparation program. The education of African children is our responsibility. Do for self, independence, African self-reliance. That's the spirit of Cleveland. Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah, crazy.
Black power, noise, brothers and sisters.
Pharaoh! You heard me, boy. You better let God's people go. See, I'm coming down, represent like the ghetto Moses. They call me Ross.
Black power.
What does that mean? Yeah, Rochelle, we could start playing this as we get to 500 or 550 likes. I don't know. I don't even know what this is supposed to mean. Anyway, we clowned the shit out of it. And so they never released it to the public. They showed it inside of one theater, I think in Ohio somewhere. And after that, they didn't release it no place else because they knew. They said that Cookie Crush Tag gonna get a hold of it. Again, if anyone has a copy of it, you send it to me. I'll send you. I'll cash up you $200. Okay, it has to be a full version, right? The full film. Just wow. Okay, Umar, he doing that shit like that. He should be focusing on opening up the school, right? Anyway, User 225 says Umar Johnson says there's so many young black sports commentators. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta blow my nose. I apologize. I gotten the paper, the toilet paper to do it, or the Kleenex, but I just got caught up in the movie. I forgot. I apologize. Okay. Umar Johnson says there's so many young black sports commentators out there getting overlooked. Okay, then name one. You you ain't gotta call him. Now that's mean. Okay. Notice he doesn't name any of them. And yeah, it's true. There's plenty of black sports commentators that are getting plenty of shine. In fact, the primitive person is Stephen A. Smith, all the way across the board, all over all platforms and all of sports. Charles Barkley is up there too. But Umar, he doesn't mention that because he wants to spin this narrative. It's about racism and how these quote unquote white sportscasters and what they're saying and blah blah blah. But it's just him spinning narratives. Nothing. It's not indicative of what the reality of the situation is. And again, I'm not someone, and thanks for Super Chat 2 I don't particularly care for Stephen A. Smith. Yeah, I've been an outward critic of Stephen A. Smith, but I'm not going to misrepresent what's actually taking place in terms of the sports commentary and the demographics of people who are speaking. There are plenty of Black sports commentators on these shows, so forth and so on. Overwhelmingly, in terms of basketball, it's Black, but Umar doesn't want to admit that. He wants to target a couple of people here and there, like Nick Wright. And look, Nick Wright got a Black woman, a wife. Where's Umar's wife at? See, Nick Wright has done more for the Black family in reality, in practice, than Umar has done ever. Umar's created 3 baby mamas. He hasn't married not one of the baby mamas, and he's abandoned all 3 of his kids. See, Nick Wright he's taken care, from what I've seen, he's taken care of his Black wife, and he's taking care of his Black kids too. So Umar, sit down, big back. Let me stop. Okay, let's finish up. Here we go.
If you ain't got your co-wife with you, it ain't nothing to talk about. I'm only dating in pairs. I'm only dating in pairs. I ain't giving out no babies. We gonna make a baby.
Huh?
You look so good, Dr. Umar. I want to eat you up. At ease, my queen.
Okay, why would you make any more babies if you're 50 and homeless, living in your mama closet? You have 3 other children that you don't take care of, been on child support for over 22 years. It's crazy.
It's not even 1 o'clock yet. At ease, my queen. At ease, my queen. We got the Baby Ifa Tunde movie coming out. It's going to be off the chain. Baby Ifa Tunde movie is coming out. Y'all going to love it. At ease, my queens. I don't date sisters who've ever been penetrated by non-Africans. I'm sorry, my queen. I do not date.
He talks like that. Yeah, Erica, who talks like that? That just nuts. This supposed to be y'all's principle, not mine. We almost done.
Y'all gonna love it. At ease, my queens. I don't date sisters who've ever been penetrated by non-Africans.
Oh my!
I'm sorry, my
this
queen.
Guy.
I do not date sisters who have been penetrated.
Yeah, it is.
If your womb has been
weird.
violated by another species, count me out.
What do you mean species, Umar? Oh my God, this guy is nuts. Yeah, I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. I'm absolutely sure that they do. See? Oh my God. Yeah, I know. And I'm 50. I wouldn't even make a baby. I'm not homeless. Make good money, but that is besides the point. I'm 50. I already got 5 kids. I've already got 5 left. I think last week I said I had 6. I apologize. I got 5 of them. Well, at least I know about them. I got 5 kids. I'm not trying to. Would I like to have? No, yeah. If I was like, let's say if I have like $4 or $5 million, yeah, you know, I would do it. But no. So Umar, you don't need to be talking. You had all these babies, didn't take not care not one of them, and you up here talking about, yeah, we're gonna make a baby. You need to cut out. Remind me when you was up there, shirt all off, talking about we gonna make some love. I said, you big greasy mother. All right, let's go.
If you have been penetrated by non-African phallus, count me out.
And he gonna keep going. That's enough. That's it. Come on, that's enough, bro. You ain't got to go any further than that. That's the thing. You be doing too much. It's not necessary. I know we're almost done. Cook Quartet, don't you agree? It's not necessary to start talking about all this phallus talk. It's just too much. You're doing too much now. That's the thing, Umar. You don't know how to stop. You don't know when to stop. You should have stopped talking like that as soon as you said the first thing that you said that was crazy. but you got to keep it going.
Just count me out. Chicago Africans, I'ma see you June 10th, the day Marcus Garvey joined the ancestors at the Jacob Carruthers Center for Inner City Studies, Northeastern Illinois University,
So that will be today. So that's where he's at. That's why he ain't up there. He's trapped.
Chicago, are you ready? Cleveland, I'ma see you Thursday, June 12th. Cleveland, Ohio, are you ready? No, New Orleans, I'ma see you Sunday, my New Orleans Africans. I'ma see you Sunday, my New Orleans Africans. Are you ready?
All right, let me close out this poll. 1,165 votes. Thank y'all so much. Was Umar Johnson right for blocking me on Instagram? 42% said yes, 58% said no. All right. Thank you, everyone who voted on that poll. Me personally, I don't think it's right because it's not like I've never commented or any of that stuff on any of his social media. He had to go to my social media to block me. I don't think that's right, Umar. Again, he used his Instagram page to spread all types of lies about me, including threatening me and doxing my personal information, including my home address back years ago. So now you want to block me now? Okay, you was big and bad back then, Big Papa, but now you nothing but a straight punk, right? But I'm not gonna hold it against you. I'm hoping that we can make amends and that you will unblock me sometime in the near future, sir. Okay, we will see. Let me go ahead and close out this poll. Thanks everyone who voted. I appreciate it. And we're at 530 likes. Let's see if we can get to 550 before we close out. We got about 2 more minutes on this and we'll be done. Thank y'all again for tuning on. I appreciate y'all. Good chat. Undefeated. Let's go.
I might tolerate a recovering rainbow ganger. I might tolerate a sister who has recovered from the rainbow gang, but I will not retire a sister who gave her womb, her sacred African power. If she gave her yoni.
What? Her sacred African. What did he say?
From the rainbow gang, but I will not retire a sister who gave her womb, her sacred African power. If she gave
African pile? Did he say African? What's the African pile? I ain't never. I apologize. Oh man. I did he say African pile? Or he said sky? I don't know what did he say African sky? Yeah. Hey, Captain Edward, you know what it is. He's in freak mode right now. Basically. What did he say? Did he say Africa? No, he didn't say Punani. That's not what he said. Let me just one more time. Look at him. Look at this guy. He looked like he wants people to throw some food in his mouth. You know them hippos? You know them hippos? You can put a whole watermelon in their mouth and they just crunch it down. They crunch it down in one bite. Them hippos, boy, they don't be playing when it comes to fruit. Let's see. I'm trying to see what he said. Then we're gonna be done. Here we go. Boy, he looks so smoked out.
Tolerate a recovery.
And it's not that he's smoked out. Let's be clear. He's in withdrawal mode right here. Yeah. What kind of man talks about this? Okay. Sky said. I'm sorry. I just didn't know what Umar said. I thought he said a African sky or African mound. I don't know what he said. Thanks, Marcus, for Zoom chat. I appreciate it. Here we go.
Rainbow ganger. I might tolerate a sister who has recovered from the rainbow gang, but I will not retire a sister who gave her womb, her sacred African power. If she gave.
What did he say? African pile. That's a new one. Women, don't be giving up your African pile. I don't see why it would be a pile, though. I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to figure that one out. I don't think I'll be able to figure that one out. That's too far for me. Let's keep going. He said a sacred African pile. All right. African pile. It's sacred African PayPal. All right, here we go.
Her yoniverse. If she gave
this guy, Umar, he tripping. Look at
her yoni.
See, this is the histrionics.
Universe to non-African species. I can't do it.
There's only one species, Umar. What are you talking about? Anyway.
I refuse. You're
I
going to
don't
need a
know.
complete voodoo ritual to cleanse your wound system.
Maybe he said African pie. Okay, that makes more sense. Let's go listen one last time.
From the Rainbow Gang, but I will not retire a sister who gave her womb, her sacred African pie. If she gave...
No, he didn't say pie, though. He said pile. Maybe he meant to say pie. It's a damn shame we trying to figure it out, though.
Her yoniverse. If she gave her yoniverse to non-African species, I can't do it. I refuse. You're going to need a complete voodoo ritual to cleanse your wound system. You let another man spray his ancestors in your sacred divine temple? Oh, no, no, no. You let a man of a...
I'm so sorry. Cookie Crush Chat, the women in here, I apologize. I'm so sorry. I didn't know he was going to be talking like this. I apologize. Okay. I don't pre-screen these Umar videos. I haven't for many years. This is a live reaction to this yet. He says spray, because the women were like, spray what? He said spray your ancestors. What in the world? You're doing too much. You're doing too much, man. I shouldn't even be live streaming right now. I'm trying to recover it. It's just too much. You talking about spraying your ancestors? Because I thought about it, I said, damn, I done sprayed a lot of ancestors. I got 5 kids. I done sprayed so many ancestors. I'm sorry. I felt bad about it for a second. Because the thing is, you have to spray them, or you spray all them ancestors. Only one of them gonna get to the zygote, make the zygote, right? I'm gonna have to stop spraying my ancestors then, because that's a lot of ancestors that I feel bad about that. It's a lot of them ancestors. It's not just one; it's a gang of them. Umar is wild, boy. I never heard him talk like this. One more time.
First, to non-African species, I can't do it. I refuse. You're going to need a complete voodoo ritual to cleanse your wound system. You let another man spray his ancestors in your sacred divine temple? Oh, no, no, no. You let a man of another race spray his ancestors in your sacred divine? No, 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 no. Not me. Not this king. Not this king. No can do.
He's really out there in this video. You heard it, Erica. I've never heard him say that. You heard him say specifically spray your ancestors? I've never heard that. I haven't. I have not. Anyone else heard him say that before? I've never heard. I'm shocked. And again, Umar, he says some crazy. You guys know that about Umar. He says some crazy stuff, real crazy out there, perverted shit. But I've never heard him say this right here. This is something else. But maybe you have. Maybe it's a newer video that I haven't seen yet. But I have never heard this guy say that before. Let's keep going. He out there.
You went too far, sister.
Yeah. He sure did.
And everybody you lay with, you keep some of their DNA for the rest of your life. Everybody you lay with, you keep some of their DNA with you for the rest of your life. Everybody you lay with, you keep...
Yeah, see, he really fiending. He's fiending right now. Even his hand, I can tell. Look at him. Damn, Umar, you in bad shape, bro. But I told you, and I've been trying to get you on the right track, but you don't listen. Look at you, man. See, I've been covering Umar long enough. He wasn't always like this. In all the ancillary research that I've done, going back to his childhood, Umar wasn't like this. Talking about spraying your ancestors. I mean, come on, man. That's just you're doing too much, bro.
Keep some of their DNA with you for the rest of your life. I'm not sleeping with your ex-white boyfriend for the rest of my life. His DNA ain't coming in my house. Your Chinese boyfriend.
What are you talking about? This guy, he's unhinged. Anyway, I'm gonna let it play. There's no making sense of this.
DNA ain't coming in my house. Your Arab boyfriend, his DNA ain't sleeping in my bed. Oh, hell no. This is not a threesome. This is not a...
What in the world? I'm just gonna let it play. I wanted to just end the live stream right there, but we only got like it's almost over, y'all. I apologize too to the women up in here. Umar, you tripping, man. You tripping big time. But again, I think it's the withdrawal. He's so agitated in the sexual frustration. He starts talking Freakoff talk. I have no idea. Listen, you guys know I always try to give Umar the benefit of the doubt, and I try to understand why he's talking like this and what's prompted it. There's nothing. There's no good reason. And then what he's saying is so far, it's out there. He's supposed to be a school psychologist. He's supposed to be a school principal and a vice principal, a scholar, and the most requested scholar. I don't know. There's nothing that could make this make sense, but he keeps going and he's just doing too much. He should have stopped a long time ago. Oh, maybe this is it, right? Let's see.
Spiritual threesome. This is not a...
Oh my God, he said a spiritual threesome. Umar, you just want to talk Freakoff talk. That's all it is.
DNA threesome. Oh, no, it's not. This is not a chromosomal threesome. I will not have a threesome with you and your bunny. No, thank you.
What? What does that mean?
You can go soul tie somebody else, but you ain't gonna soul tie the prince to some non-African DNA. That's madness. I'm not putting no seed in that womb. No.
Oh, man, this guy, I don't know what to say.
My baby and they're fighting demons and dragons before they even born. You keep...
Huh? What you talking about? The baby gonna be there fighting dragons. What in the world you talking about? Something wrong with you, Umar. What the baby going? What? Yeah. No. You guys do not blame this on me. Don't do that. Some of y'all said I'll be mean to Umar. I don't believe I'm mean to Umar. I mean, I clown the shit out of him, but he deserves it. But I'm not mean. You know what I'm saying? I try to be nice. I try to give him the benefit of the doubt. Do I clown him too much too sometimes? Yeah, but y'all do it too. Don't blame me. It's not my fault that he's talking about dragons in the womb. What kind of man talks about dragons in the womb? That's crazy. He gonna tell you, ghosts and goblins in there. It's gonna be vampires in there. It's gonna be hobbits in there, the evil hobbits. It's gonna be some Sith lords in there. They gonna be in there with. That's not my fault. That's Umar. That's his head movies. Exactly. That's his head movies, not mine. Y'all, don't blame me. That's Umar. Umar talking about the dragon boom boom. Who are talking about that dragon poo poo? That sounds kind of nice, to be honest with you. My wife, she grew up in the islands for a while. So first time she said poo, I said, "What is poo? What do you mean poo poo? What does that mean?" Because where I come from, we don't say poo poo. We say cooch or coochie, something like that. We got other couple of choice words, but we don't say boom boom. Once I knew what it was, I knew what time it was. Anyway, let's keep going. That's like that time Umar called Tariq a Bati boy. I didn't know what that meant. But one day I was playing the video because I play it like once a year because it's hilarious. that whole thing, you know. And I was playing it, and Umar, he said, Bati boy, Tariq Bati boy. My wife was like, did he just say Bati boy? I said, yeah. What does that mean? And she explained it to me. I said, oh my God. Anyway, boom, boom. Okay. You learn something every day. Okay. Did I miss your super chat? Let me see soon. I apologize. This show's been off the chain tonight. Okay. All right, let me do these super chats real quick. Your kids will see this. He checked his donation though. Oh, okay. I was earlier. Yeah, Umar blocked me because I didn't donate. User 225 says, Umar Johnson says there's so many young. Okay, I got that one too. Okay, and then user 225 says, me as an Asian guy running around to save black women. That's wild. That is wild. Me as an Asian guy running around to save black women from Umar by disqualifying as many of them as possible. Oh God. Oh. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I apologize. Y'all too much today. I shouldn't be live streaming, at least not this long. And it's too much laughing. My body's I'm sweating all over. Okay. I'm gonna come. Give me 1 second. I'll be right. I'll come back on here. Okay. All right. I have been feeling well, so I apologize. Yeah, that's why I didn't do any live stream last week. I got to take time off from work and everything. But this took me out. Thanks, user 225. Okay. Right. And what kind of? Okay, I got that one too. Okay, let's finish this up right now. Let me know. Let me be known as the guy who almost. Yeah, it took me out on that one. Okay, I told myself we was gonna do a quick live stream, but we already 3 minutes, 30 minutes. But my body, I shouldn't be doing this. I should be resting. Maybe do a 2 hours max. Okay, let's finish this up. Okay, I love y'all. Okay, Cook Chat's undefeated. Thanks to everyone who sent their super chats too. I appreciate it. Cook Chat's cutting up today. Okay, let's finish this up. I had no idea Umar was gonna be going off like this, but it is what it is. Look at it. Here we go.
To some non-African DNA, that's madness. I'm not putting no seed in that womb. No. My baby in there fighting demons and dragons before they even born. You keep that shit.
What?
You ain't gonna soul tie me to no damn non-African.
What are you talking
I belong to the chosen people. And the chosen people are not supposed to be mixing. We don't hate nobody.
See, there we go. He's such a I don't even know what the term is. See, if any other group of people talk like that, they're white supremacists or what have you. But Umar talks like that. We're not supposed to be mixing. Umar, you all mixed up. What are you talking about? You got a granddad who's white Cuban. That's why your daddy got that lighter skin, and that's why he got the lighter skin eyes. I ain't gonna say more than that because I can go all the way down the line. It's real talk. What are you talking about, Umar? Umar believes that he's straight African. No, you're not. See, it's more than likely that Umar has more white ancestry than I do because I don't have much of it. I don't. But it's more than likely that he has more than I do. But somehow he thinks that he's so-called blackity black. But listen, bro, I have a sister who's darker skinned than you are. Her, she's real pretty too. Perfect skin complexion, everything. It's perfect. Okay. So Umar, he talks like that. But if you have anybody else talk like that, and it's not Umar, and let's say it's a white man, Umar, all of a sudden that person is a rape. We're not supposed to be mixing. Wasn't that what the Klan used to say? Stupid shit like that. Even in white racists from back, they used to talk shit like that. But here Umar in 2025 talking like that today. It's ridiculous. And see, meanwhile, he's not even committed to a black woman. He hasn't raised a family. He hasn't committed to a black woman. He ain't helping the black women that he done impregnated. He hits and he quits. He's a baby mama creator. And then he wants to dictate to other people who they should be having sex with. You're such a hypocrite. Talking reckless. Again, Umar, bro, I didn't know you was gonna be talking crazy like this, but you wilding out. This is getting up there and into top 15 rant territory, talking crazy with all this sex Freakoff P. Diddy baby oil talk kind of shit you doing right here. And he keep going. He don't know when to stop. My ex's cookie gonna make Umar Johnson. Okay, all right. Yeah, there's a show, and it only did one season, but I think it only did one season, but it was called Marco Polo, and it went into a little bit of Genghis Khan. I think it was Genghis Khan, right, and his brother and stuff. But it was really good. It ended, I think, after the first year or the first season. Anyway, okay. Thanks, User Teacher Pop. Okay, we're gonna finish up right here. We go.
We don't want to harm nobody, but we recognize we are the chosen ones, and we will behave in accordance. And if you can't,
what?
Pure melanin babies.
Huh?
Mixed race Africans, you are not allowed to date out of your race either.
Who is Umar? There's something about him who thinks that he's such a great authority. And this is something I got to figure out because I need to get the terminology in order. How do you classify someone who believes that his opinion matters so much? Because I hear Umar, and he does it all the time. He'll say something like, yeah, I don't have a problem with that. But what I do take issue with is that, they have a white wife or whatever. Okay, why does he think his opinion matters that much? Yeah, I know it's narcissistic, but there has to be a specific, and I've thought about this. I've been thinking about this for many months. Umar has a propensity to think that his opinion matters so much. And it's on things that the person that he's talking about doesn't even know who Umar is, but he'll get on a platform and he'll start talking as if what he thinks that person should do or behave or how they're supposed to behave, that it matters. That I don't know. There has to be something it's an inflated sense of self, but that's also narcissist. But there has to, I think that's closer to it. It's closer to a God complex, but there has to be something specific. No, I don't think it's psychopath, delusional graduate. Yeah, that's not it though either. Though I've really been thinking about this. If you ponder on this over time and you come up with something, let me know. If anyone sees this, like if you watch this at a later time and you know more about the terminology, maybe this is your profession dealing with psychology. Someone who believes that their opinion, and they really truly believe that their opinion matters about, or how they feel about someone else or something else matters, even though they're totally irrelevant. There has to be a psychological term to define a person who has that type of, it has to be a disorder, because he does it all the time. I don't even think it's something that he's aware of. In fact, from now on, what I'll do is whenever we watch these Umar videos, whenever he does it, that's why I want to come up with the terminology, because then I can call it out, the specific term for it. But anytime he does it moving forward, I'll make sure I say, okay, this is what I mean. Where Umar, he feels that his opinion on this, it matters so much, even though it absolutely doesn't matter. There has to be a psychological term to describe someone who believes so strongly that their opinion matters about things wherein it really means nothing whatsoever, but for some reason they believe that it does. Okay. Again, I've really been I've been thinking about this a lot. It's called Umarism. But the grandiosity, we see that with Umar. That's part of the narcissism. That's when he says things like he's the most requested scholar or he's King Kong consciousness, or he's a prince of Pan Africanism. That's part of the grandiosity, but that's tied to the narcissism. Okay, but this is something I think is it's not that it can be separated from narcissistic personality disorder or traits, but there has to be some sort of classification for it. I just don't know what it is, but I've thought about it a lot. Okay, let's finish this up. Thank you all again for tuning on. This is a great live stream too, by the way. Quick chat, undefeated. Let's go. Yeah.
I did not say that there's not attractive white women. I've seen attractive.
Yeah. I agree with this too, but because I cover MPD a bit in the documentary. That's when the initial video that I did on Umar a long time ago. It wasn't even so much about Umar; it's about narcissistic personality disorder, and I just used him as an example because I saw traits in him back then. But the thing is that narcissistic personality traits, it doesn't outline this sense that maybe it does though. I'll have to revisit. It doesn't outline specifically a person who believes that their opinion matters so much when it absolutely doesn't matter. You know, because I've heard Umar say, I have a problem with that, and here's why. Well, why does it matter that you have a problem with that? Who are you? Anyway. Let's finish this up. We got to 550. Someone had asked me to play this intro. I'm going to play the first part of the intro, and then we'll finish up with this video right here because there's only about 30 seconds left, and then we'll do the outro. Okay, but someone had asked for this earlier, so here we go. I forgot about this one.
I want to apologize for being late. I had to meet with the HVAC specialist, Jose, to see if we can't get this HVAC going on because it's getting hot out here, and I just can't.
I forgot about this one.
Sometimes life can be very hard, and you may have an idea or a dream of opening up a school. But maybe you collected 100,000, 200, 400,000, 500, $1 million, $2 million, $2.5 million, up to $3 million if for free. You done collected the money, but you can't make the school happen.
This from 2022.
But when I turn and look around off my back, what I say, that but a ugly ass trap. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
I broke character because I'm not supposed to be cursing because I'm a preacher right here.
I'm dealing with that. I've been getting over this COVID. I apologize. I ain't gonna be teaching and preaching too much today because it's hot out here. We was gonna have a choir come sing a little ditty for y'all, but they didn't want to do it because all the mold on the wall.
I forgot about this.
Little kids, they want to come and look inside. I say, they got the windows are still boarded up. Hey man, it's been over almost 4 years. The windows still boarded up on these trap band. I said, kids, you can't. I look down over. What is over there? We got weaponry all up. What's this over?
I forgot about this.
Huh? Look.
Oh, no.
Oh, Jesus. Amen. See, now's the time for Umar Johnson to come clean. See, the Lord been waiting on you. Say, listen, I done forgive. We won't forgive you. We forgive you, Umar. The Cookie Crush chat forgive you. All them boys that was 10 years old, now they about 70. Excuse me, that COVID. They forgive you too. All them single mamas you done ran through and took their money and took their cookie. Talk about you gonna open up a school for black boys. It's been 13 years. They'll forgive you too. See, that's one thing we say about our people. We are very forgiving people, very generous people. We love to give. We'll give and give and give and give some more and some more and some more. But we also know how to forgive. We do have a musical selection
What?
for
I don't
you
remember
all
this.
at this time. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch. FDMG. Amen. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Run them donations to me. Amen. Amen.
Then it goes into okay. I forgot about that because someone had emailed and told me to play it. There we go. That was Brother Jose's rendition of Amazing. He did a fantastic job too. He sure did. All right, I was feeling it too. I was feeling it. Okay, let's finish up with this goofy. Then we gonna be up out of here. Good question.
White women, I've seen attractive of every race. That ain't the point, brother. This is about political loyalty. I am loyal to the black vagina. That's it.
Oh my
That's
God.
it. I am loyal to my female ancestors. That's it. I'm loyal to the African kingdom. That's it.
See, notice he's not saying I'm loyal to my wife or I'm loyal to my fiance or I'm loyal to my girlfriend who happens to be black. What does he say? He says, I'm loyal to the black, the JJ, because he reduces you all down to that. He objectifies you in that way. And that's how he sees you. He doesn't see you as another human being. Y'all follow me on this? See, he's telling on himself here. He's self-exposing. He's revealing the truth. What I've been telling people anyway, I've been telling people this for a long time. I told people that how Umar sees black women, it's nothing more than a sexual and financial resource. So that's why he reduces you down to your sexual organ, and everything else is caught up in it. Remember, he's talking about the cookies and the peach cobbler and the what does he call it, the hot fudge and warm salt and warm peanut butter and all of these different euphemisms that he used for vagina. But that's all tied into it. At the end of the day, that's what he's loyal to. And it's not that he has a loyalty to another human being who is a woman. That's not it. He has a loyalty towards the sexual exploitation of black women, wherein he reduces you down to nothing more than your sex organs. He's telling on himself. But this is what I've been telling people for a very long time. See, Umar didn't say anything about being loyal to black women. He didn't say anything specific. I'm talking about in a committed relationship. No, he's loyal to only having sex with you all, you black women, and only sexually exploiting black women. That's what he's saying here. Let's be clear about this. He's a master manipulator, but right here, he's not fooling me. What Umar is saying, he's saying that I am loyal and I will only sexually exploit black women. That's it. He's not talking about loyalty within a traditional sense of committing to a woman and having a long-standing relationship and sex being an aspect of it. A normal, healthy sex life. That's not what he's talking about. He's talking about P. Diddy Freakoff shit, where he sexually exploits you black women and only you black women. Okay? And for you black women who fall for that bullshit, oh, he loves us. No, that's not. He ain't about you. It's about that poom poom. That's all. And so, if you think about it, congratulations. And I'm saying this sarcastic. I don't like to really use sarcasm, but I'm going to use it here. Sarcastic. Congratulations. Umar's only going to sexually exploit you. That's your privilege. Think about it. Okay? Listen to what he says, and then we're done.
I am loyal to my female ancestors. That's it. I've seen attractive white women. I've seen attractive women of every race. That ain't the point, brother. This is about political loyalty. I am loyal to the black vagina. That's it. That's it. I am loyal to my female ancestors. That's it.
See?
I'm loyal to the African kingdom. That's it. This ain't about lust. This is about loyalty. This is not about lust. This is about loyalty. This is not about lust. This is about loyalty.
No, it's about lust and sexual exploitation of black women specifically. And then he ends the live stream. Boy, we got a lot to get into. We'll be back tomorrow with another live stream. Shout out to the Cookie Crush. I want to apologize to the women, too. I did not know that Umar was going to be talking like this. I wish I had the time to pre-screen these, but it is what it is. We're all adults. I just want to apologize. I'm not apologizing for Umar. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just in general, it's just highly inappropriate for him to be talking like this. And he's supposed to be a principal. You know, for you, Umar Johnson followers, that's y'all's principal, you know? And then again, he really does. He desires a white woman, and all of this talk about being loyal, it ain't got nothing to do with loyalty. It comes down to sexual exploitation. In fact, to close out, I'm going to play a very specific outro here. And you guys will see an example of Umar trying to get at a white woman. And most of you guys have seen it. Some of you guys have not. Before I play it, thank you everyone for tuning on in. Okay, I appreciate y'all's presence. Again, I also want to apologize. Last week I was unable to live stream. Haven't been feeling well. It's been close to a month, but I felt well enough to live stream yesterday, and I'm feeling a little bit better today. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be feeling even better. But we will be back with another live stream. We gotta get caught up on all this. I want to thank our moms for handling business during this live stream. Okay, I appreciate y'all's effort, and thanks to everyone who sent in super chats. If you send in Cash Apps or PayPal or super stickers, I want to thank you for that too. It's been a serious blessing, and I don't take it for granted, and I don't take any of you guys for granted too. Okay, as well, if that makes sense. Thank you guys so very much for tuning on in. We had a wonderful live stream, and we'll be back again tomorrow. Shout out to the Cookie Crush chat. Other thing too is if you haven't hit that like button, go on and hit it. We actually got way over 500, so thank you guys so much. Before we get up out of here, if you haven't hit the like button, you enjoyed the show, go on and hit that like button. I appreciate that as well. Helps with the algorithm, and it gets this video out to more and more people. More people, the better. Okay. All right, to close out, I want to play this intro because it just illustrates how Umar he'll go after these white women too. That's what he has secret desire for them, and that's okay. But he wants to play these games.
Pan African and Pan Africanism. Peace and Pan Africanism. Peace and Pan Africanism. Peace and Pan Africanism. Peace and Pan Africanism.
How are you doing?
How we doing there, gorgeous? All right, I want to try your black-eyed pea hummus.
Okay.
I also want to do sesame kale salad.
Large or small?
Large.
Okay.
And what is tempeh? What is that?
Tempeh is cultured soy.
It's cultured soy. Let me go with I'm gonna try it. The smothered tempeh.
See how he keeps the phone on her body, then he puts the screen up. This is a white woman. See this? And he says, "How you doing there, gorgeous?" That's him taking his shot. Men, we know what time it is.
How we doing there, gorgeous? How we doing there, gorgeous? How we doing there, gorgeous? I attended 3 predominantly white colleges. How we doing there, gorgeous? I went to Millersville University in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, predominantly white. How we doing there, gorgeous? Lehigh University, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, predominantly white. How we doing there, gorgeous? Philadelphia College of Osteopathic.
Okay, I'm sorry. I missed a couple of super chats. Let me check. I got to get to them. I apologize. Well, then we finish up. User 225 says, "My ex's cookies gonna." Okay, I got that one. Thank you so much. Yes, yeah. Rest in peace to Sly Stone. Rest in peace. Thank you so much for mentioning that, Seth. Sly Stone, very highly influential musician, fantastic musician too, and had influence on a lot of people, and not just music, but then also in terms of fashion and stylistically speaking, major influence on culture back then. And some of the all-time great jazz musicians, including Miles Davis, referenced him as being a very important figure in music way back in the day. So yeah, rest in peace to Sly Stone. Thank you, Seth, for posting that too. Thanks for the super chat. Marcus says, I think the word you were looking for was Pookie. No. It's not Pookism. There has to be a specific a term, psychological term to illustrate a person who thinks that their opinion is so important, and they'll give their opinion about other people, and it really is irrelevant, but in their own mind they think it's relevant. In point of fact, they think all of their opinions matter. There has to, and it is, yeah, narcissism, yes, I think it could be classified within the scope of that, but there has to be a very specific terminology. I would think that there is. And if anyone sees this video and they know what it is, please post it in the comment section for this video. Okay, thanks, Marcus, for the super chat. Yeah, Pookism does apply for a lot with Umar. We know that for sure. And then the geek surgeon says borderline personality disorder is what you may. Yes, that could be it too. I'm gonna do a little bit more research. I have to figure because there has to be because borderline personality disorder it's more broad. This is more specific, but it may fall with under this. I'll look into this a little bit further, geek surgeon. Thank you for the super chat as well. Fairchild says an illusion of information adequacy and naive realism. Could this be part of his malfunction? Yes, I think that's actually well said. The information that Umar has acquired, he believes that it is so valuable, and so he perceives himself to be knowing of so much. When in point of fact, he really doesn't know anything. I mean, if you can't even at this point, at the age of 50, you don't know enough about life to be able to have your own place, to hold a job, to have your own vehicle, or even to take care of your kids. Something is lacking. But Umar believes that what he does know, it's like beyond what anyone else knows. I think that gets to the God complex too with Umar, and the grandiosity as well. And so it's tied to the narcissism. And then naive realism. Yeah. I think Umar he's very much naive as to his own personal reality, but then also how he perceives reality itself. I think it's come from a delusional place. I think he's truly delusional. And when you have someone who is truly delusional, and yet they think that they know so much, and then they have a God complex and then narcissistic personality, this is a very dangerous combination all the way across the board. It's amazing that Umar, he's been able to run amok for this long, and he's still going at the age of 50. You know, it can't last forever, of course. But I think that is all of that is part of Umar's malfunction. And I think that's an appropriate word too, because yeah, it's like a malfunction. Something's not quite right, and the malfunction continues. I would also, just one last point, Fairchild. I think even Umar, to not have the levels of self-awareness to say, okay, I'm saying what I'm saying in this video, but I'm going too far. That's part of his malfunction too. He don't know when to stop. And he just keeps going, and he just gets more and more egregious. And he's talking about, spraying ancestors in the poom poom. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's a malfunction. Something's not quite right with this guy. And a lot of it has to do with the lack of self-awareness. He's not aware of what he's saying, and he just runs off of the mouth. He doesn't care. It doesn't register how it looks or how it sounds or how it impacts or how it reflects poorly on him as a person, as a man, as a husband, as a father, as a principal. Okay, now we're getting to the Lulu land. But the point is that he doesn't have that level of self-awareness. That's part of his malfunction. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the super chat as well. And very well said there. Okay, let's finish up with this this outro, and then we'll be done here. Thank you guys again for tuning on in. Here
medicine, predominantly white.
How we doing there, gorgeous?
There were white girls who were attracted to me in undergrad.
How we doing there, gorgeous?
There were white girls who were attracted to me in graduate school.
How we doing there, gorgeous?
There were white girls attracted to me in my doctoral program.
How we doing there, gorgeous?
I've always had white women who were interested in a romance with the Prince of Pan Africanism.
How we doing there, gorgeous?
I've always had that. They bought me clothes. They slid stuff under my door. They invited me out to dinner. They offered me cookies from their cookie jar.
How we doing there, gorgeous?
They left cards on my desk in the middle of class for everybody to see it. Yes, I had white women pursue me at every level of education.
How we doing there, gorgeous?
Did I date a single one? I did not.
I don't believe it.
Did I disrespect them? I did not. I respect all human beings. But I did not date any of them. Were some of them attractive? Absolutely.
How we doing there, gorgeous?
Some of them were built just like black women.
How we doing there, gorgeous?
Some of them grew up with black women.
How we doing there, gorgeous?
Those white women were not unattractive at all.
How we doing there, gorgeous?
5'5", thick in the thighs, but they were Caucasian.
How we doing there, gorgeous?
They were 5'5", thick in the thighs, but they were Caucasian. They were 5'5", thick in the thighs, but they were Caucasian.
How we doing there, gorgeous?
And I did not have intercourse with any of them. Ever.
How we doing there, gorgeous?
Okay.
I done found condoms, alcohol bottles all over the place. This is not the drink spot.
Cows, horses, chickens. Buck, buck, the loosey goosey. You buck, 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 the loosey goosey. You buck, 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 buck,
This guy, he crazy.
I'm gonna go to the pet store and I'm gonna get about 50 baby mice. And the minute one of you Negroes starts squealing about election day, I'm gonna throw a mice on your ass. Black pigs.
All right. Thank y'all again for tuning on in. This was a classic, and at least a mini classic. We did get to 583 likes. 17 more would get us to 700. Let's see if we can get it before we close out. Cookie Crush Chat is undefeated. Let's go.
FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. It's coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. It's 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 coming. Oh, it's coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. Thought his personality be twerking. It's twerking.
All right. Thank you all so much. We have 593. We didn't quite get to 600, but that's okay. I appreciate it. I'm appreciative of the 593. Okay, everyone, we will be back tomorrow with another live stream, and we'll just pick up with the next video after this one in more recent videos. He's been more active lately. He did block me on his Instagram page. I don't know why, but he did it. I take offense, but I'm okay with it now. We cool, Umar. You'll unblock me soon, I guarantee it. I want to thank everyone again for tuning on in. I appreciate you all. I enjoy our time together, and we'll be back tomorrow with another live stream. Cookie Crush Chat is undefeated. Thank you guys so much for all of your support, for even tuning in. Everyone who supported through the Super Chats, Cash Apps, PayPal. Thank you guys so much. I don't take it for granted at all. I'm very appreciative. And I love y'all. Okay. I'll talk with you guys very, very soon. All right. Enjoy your evening. We'll be back tomorrow. Peace.